Hey everyone, this is Ben from The Gorge with Ben and Sara, and you're listening to the BS Podcast Network. This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sara and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month you gain one and two. I messed up the spiel for the first time in a long time. You get two podcasts. That's Hell You're Walking Into, a monthly series where Ben and I delve back into the Warring States era of Japan and try and figure out why Kenshin is a lady. Don't think about it too hard. Most of the characters in Fate Grand Order are ladies. That's right. It's a podcast where Ben asks me questions about the extended Nasuverse, and I do my damnedest to answer them. Sometimes they're a doozy. And then $5 gets you Takeout, a monthly commentary track where we watch bad movies and sometimes good movies and sometimes not movies at all. Sometimes we watch video games. Don't worry about it. And then we talk over it because we don't feel like actually putting in effort. Sometimes we just want to take it easy and order something out. So yeah, if you think that sounds like fun, and it always is, head on over to patreon.com/thegorge and kick in however much you like, or hell, spread the word. Just tell your friends. Tell your friends about our podcast and about our Patreon, because we love it. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, and if you are not interested in Fate, you might also be interested instead in Transformers lore, because we also did 2 episodes of Pathetic Fools There's No Escape, which is a podcast where Sara asks me questions about Transformers lore.
About robots that turn into Dodge Vipers.
So we've got both spectrums of entertainment, opposite ends.
Equally complicated. Both have been running for far too long. It's fine.
Thank you to Red Lantern Reviews, Holy Star 64, Neon Hellcat, Patrick Perez, Roddy 1/2, Hasso Toby 27, Saturn, Alice Marks, Shia, Magus, Aquamancer, Jack, Liam Lane, and that other one dude for your donations.
Thank you all. We love you.
So this is our monthly wrap-up, roundup episode where we just kind of talk about what we've been doing and what's been happening in the world of video games. Guess what? We only have one news article, but it's
called E3 happened.
It's a high school math problem. So you have one question, but it has 25 parts.
It's fine.
But before we get into that, Sara, what have you been up to? We haven't really done these. We haven't gotten a chance to catch up in a while. What's been going on with you?
As if we don't talk all the time. You know what I've been up to, you son of a bitch. It just keeps going, folks. I just keep falling further and further down the Transformers hole, and I hate it. And I love it also. It's fine. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm sure I've done other things that I can't recall right now. Fate Grand Order is doing its Gouda Gouda event, which is always fun. It's set in Warring States era. Kenshin is there. It's good. It's really funny, like always. It's actually the first event I'm actually going to try to complete in like 3 events. I literally have not done the last 3 events because I've been bad. I've been slacking.
I haven't completed any events because I physically am not able to complete them.
Well, that's because you still haven't finished the plot, Benjamin.
Because I hit a point where it's like, nope, we're too strong for you.
Well, that too.
And I go, oh, okay.
Well, you're still
I'm sorry.
new. You're still new. Look, you will acquire the shit required to upgrade all your fancy servants. Eventually, as long as you do the plot, you'll be fine. Just keep on chugging.
I know. I am trying to do more story missions instead of like grindy resource missions.
Although right now is actually a really good time to do grindy resource missions because Ember dailies are half AP for another 2 days. So if you wanted to farm out a bunch of those, now is actually a really good time because you can get a lot for a lot cheaper. I just use Parvati all the time. It's fine. And then other than that, what else have I been doing? What do you want me to say? We just did a whole month of Transformers, but like, I watched Transformers Animated, I watched Transformers Prime, and I'm playing War for Cybertron right now. I still haven't finished it because I got distracted the other night. The short version is, I really, really like Transformers Prime, like, whole lot. I think I'm getting kind of annoying about how much I like Transformers Prime. I like Transformers Animated fine, but boy, did they cancel that show super hard.
They really, really did just, like, pull the cord.
like even harder than they canceled Rise of the TMNT. Like,
Rise only had like a season and a half.
Yeah.
Animated got 2 whole seasons, and then they're like, no, you're done.
No. And I mean, like, I guess they gave the guys at Rise even more of a heads up, because it feels like they just didn't tell them until like 2 days before the last episode aired of Animated, because it was like, oh yeah, this is just like a season finale. No, you need to finish this. Like, oh, okay. And
then you go on the TF Wiki and they're like, oh yeah, they had like, here's all the plans they had for season 4.
They had toys. Like, they had toys modeled. They had prototypes made. So it was like, this felt like a done deal. And then they just axed it super, super hard. Which is unfortunate, because it also means that, like, in rewatching or watching it for the first time with, like, you know, however many years between when it aired and now, it's like, this is good, but like, because it's so unfinished, it's just hard to like really latch onto it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels so unfinished, and that's not their fault, you know, like that's not their fault. They have no say in the matter. But as a viewer, you're just like, oh, it just ended. And nothing feels resolved at all, because it wasn't. So it's good, but, you know, I like Transformers Prime a whole hell of a lot more. I like the tone. I like the art style. I like everything going on in that one. And then I played, like I said, I've been playing War for Cybertron, and I really, maybe it's just because I have brain damage. Listen, I spent the first 2 years of college just like exclusively playing Gears of War with my roommate in college. Like, hey Sarah, what's up? The other Sarah in my life, my other best friend is also.
Did she listen to this podcast?
Sometimes. So if she's listening to this one, what up, girl? And literally all we did for the first 2 years of college was just lay around and play Gears of War or watch me play Tales of Vesperia. And so, like, everyone else is like, you know, it's fine. It's not that great. And I'm playing it. I'm like, this is good. I like this. But I have, like I said, I have brain damage. So.
Well, listen, as when I talk about my month, I'll let you know how fond I am of 7th gen third-person over-the-shoulder cover-based shooters.
Cover-based shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what else? Why? So yeah, I don't want to turn this into like a 6-hour long another fucking Transformers podcast. I guess I could.
You could very easily.
I could very easily talk for a really, really long time about Transformers Prime because I like a lot of it, a lot. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna move on. I just mostly because I want to get this over with quickly.
Right.
I want to get to E3, so let's do it.
So first. I did a bunch of stuff, but not in any like way that I can actually talk about because it's episode content. So yeah. So I got Legendary Edition Mass Effect Trilogy. Beat 1 and 2 and started 3 today.
Well, that's a demoralizing thing, isn't it?
I mean, I never did the Citadel DLC, so I'm excited to play 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Mass Effect 2 is still really, really good. It unlocked a lot of memories that were buried deep. Because I think I might have said a few times I've beaten Mass Effect 2 like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it's easily one of my most beaten games.
Just a lot. Just like perfecting my run of that game.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 1 is a precursor to playing Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
All it does is exist to prepare you for Mass Effect 2.
So
that game is bad.
Decisions. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
I was getting used to the controls of Mass Effect 1, and then I did the first mission of 2, and all of it vanished.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is so much better.
They just didn't even... It is funny. They're like, this is a remastered version of Mass Effect. We made all these changes. And it's like, no, you didn't. You fucked with the lighting. That's it.
What really surprises me about comparing 1 to 2 is that Mass Effect 1 is so identityless.
Oh, yeah?
Like, even the designs, I don't know what it is. They're the exact same, like, alien designs and whatnot from 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, they feel so much more generic in 1 than they do in 2. And I think it has something to do with the fact that everyone has, like, genericized, like, armor and outfit designs.
Sure.
And a lot of the locations are very generic, and the lighting is all pretty much the same, and they're just a lot of reused assets and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you play 2, and it's like, oh, yeah, you could see the difference between, like, Turian tech and human tech. And, like, Asari tech and everything, and blah, blah. It's great. It's really good.
All the main characters have, like, unique designs instead of just like the same stock armor that everybody else wears. Like, crazy.
It's great. It's almost like amazing. It's a thing that you can do.
It's like a fully fleshed out video game. I know.
Yeah, 1 is a bad game. I don't like playing it anymore, and what I'm doing is I'm doing a female shepherd, and I'm going to do a male shepherd, and then I'm just going to make sure those 2 are good, and then just start over from Mass Effect 2 with their saves.
Yeah. Anytime you want to replay it.
Yeah, just no. I don't want to do this one anymore. Go away.
Doesn't Mass Effect 2 just like let you pick decisions?
If you start from, but like it doesn't like do everything, just like a few major decisions.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Like if you want like certain quests to be completed for like more content in 2, you have to actually do them. Like if you are a colonist in Mass Effect 1, if your background is colonist, you have that mission where you find someone else who managed to escape from the slavers that slaughtered your town. Mm-hmm. And you like can do like a talking them down from killing themselves quest.
Right.
And that gets followed up later on. Mm-hmm. And if you don't play the game, you don't get that. You don't get
that, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Or you miss out on Conrad Werner if you just like start from 2 and 3.
Oh no, not Conrad. Anything but missing out on Conrad.
He's hilarious. They didn't fix the bug.
What is the bug?
The bug is that the flag that checks how you dealt with him in Mass Effect 1 doesn't work and defaults to Renegade no matter what.
Awesome.
So he acts like you waved a gun in his face when you first met him, and he acts all tough and badass, even if you were like super nice to him.
That's awesome. But they did not even... They did the barest minimum remastering of Mass Effect, which is exactly what I've come to expect from BioWare and EA.
They did 2 major things that I noticed. One is that they overhauled the leveling system in Mass Effect 1, which is instead of doing level 60, they do level 30, and they reduce the EXP you need to earn, and you just earn 2 skill points instead of 1.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it just kind of streamlines and speeds things up. They also fixed the flag check glitch for deciding who the ambassador of Earth was at the start of Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
Which I learned because I don't know if you know this, but like, you get to pick if it's Anderson or Udina as the ambassador to Earth.
Right.
The reason why Mass Effect 2 has Miranda ask who it is because that prompt is after the credits in Mass Effect 1. And thus, when you import your save, it doesn't check for that because you can't save after that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny.
So they must not have like realized that at first and went, oh shit, oops, oh well. We'll just have someone ask.
Yeah, exactly, and then you just said it that way. Yeah.
But yeah, Mass Effect 2 is really good. I'm dreading going through Mass Effect 3, but looking forward to getting to the Citadel.
Sure.
And seeing how much they actually fixed the ending. It is aged. Some of it has aged super poorly. We'll talk about that when you play the trilogy and we do an episode on it.
I can't wait.
But I'm at the point where it's like, this is aged poorly. And then, like, me, when I was, like, 18 or 20, whenever this fucking game came out, is like, yeah, but I don't care because it's Mass Effect 2 and it's a really good game.
I just really like Mass Effect. Is that so wrong?
So I also played Resident Evil 8 and beat that too. Resident Evil 8 is good. Ethan is the best video game dad in existence.
That's also an episode at some point, maybe.
Booker DeWitt wishes he was as good as Ethan Winters.
Oh my god.
Absolutely phenomenal game. There's one part that scared me so badly I had to cheat and look up how to do it because I didn't want to do it.
I am impressed that you did it yourself. That it wasn't a Ben and Sarah stream game. You know?
Yes, I had to play it myself because I didn't have you play it. In hindsight, I probably could have gotten through RE7 myself.
Yeah, because it's really not that scary.
Once you get over like the initial wandering, it's not that bad. Which I do love the trend in Resident Evil games where like, especially in these like the remasters and like the newer ones, where it's like protagonist is like, oh no, this is the scariest thing in the world, and by the end they're not even like used to it. They're annoyed.
They're just over it. They're just ready to go home.
Like I always think of the part in RE2 where when Mr. X shows up like near the end, like surprise shows up, Leon's reaction is, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
He's just over it. He's just tired. He doesn't want to be doing this anymore.
Great.
Yeah.
It's great, but yeah, RE8 has more content, so I won't talk too much about it. Just it's a fucking phenomenal game.
Sure.
I also played Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
That one's not content, so go hog wild.
That is probably the best PS5 game I played so far.
Sure.
Out of the 3 that I've played that are for PS5. Absolutely breathtaking game. Looks great, plays great. Again, it's going to be hard to go back to old Ratchet and Clanks after playing this one.
Sure, absolutely.
Just because it fixed so much. Rivet is great. She's adorable. Yeah, just I can't get over how good video games look nowadays. And
I know, it's like what I mean. Like we always say, like it's like watching a Pixar movie, but like for real now.
But like this is where we are now. That's just what they look like now. And
video games just look this way now.
Boy, they sure drop a lot of like particle effects and assets on the ground, and then don't lag the game at all.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
You blow up an enemy and they explode into like 10,000 bolts and like an explosion effect, and frame rate don't dip at all.
That's nice.
And Clank just has ray tracing on him at all times, always. It's
seamless ass loading.
It's just there, always there. You fucking that's what they do now.
It's just what video games look like now, forever.
Insomniac are sorcerers.
Sure, absolutely. They've got all that sweet Sony money now.
Between this and how fucking good Spider-Man looks, like, holy shit. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's wild, because this is still just, like, the beginning of the gen.
Yeah.
Know? Like, beginning of the gen games always don't look as good as their end of the gen game.
Yeah, like, fucking, Mass Effect is a perfect example of that. Mass Effect 1 looks like dog shit. And Mass Effect 3 looks really, really good.
It's a significant upgrade.
But yeah,
God.
Rift Apart is I'm having a blast with it. I'm having tons of fun. Fantastic game. If you've never played a Ratchet game, you can pick this one up. They're all episodic and fairly straightforward with their plots.
Right.
Yeah, very fun. I love Insomniac's brand of humor. They have the goons you fight are a group of mercenaries called Goons for Less. And you are also being assisted by a group of like interdimensional monks who guide Ratchet, Rivet, Clank, and Kit into like how to navigate the different dimensions and how to fix the broken dimension problem and stuff like that.
Sure.
They're the same species, so the monks and Goons for Less are the same species, and their species gimmick is being Chads.
Really now.
So like all of their incidental dialogue is about like getting swole and lifting weights. And
even the monks.
Slamming even the monks are like if you just like kind of like hover, like hang around and like watch them do idle poses, like they'll do like one arm like handstand push-ups and stuff.
Oh my god,
it's great. I love it.
That's awesome. Cool.
It's great. Fucking phenomenal game. I beat Union Cross. That game's over now. It's got like a week before it goes to cutscene mode.
Oh my god, it's finally over.
I beat it. And, it did the Kingdom Hearts thing where it's like, your journey is finally over. Oh yeah, by the way, and then they drop something on you and then run away forever.
Right.
And then you go, what? Wait, come back.
That for the next 4 years, fucker.
Wait, what? What? Huh? What?
Huh? Yeah.
What? And then I just sit there and I go, oh crap, I'm going to have to deal with that now.
You're going to have to process that and put it up on my conspiracy pin board and try to sort it into everything else.
You know, they do the thing where Tetsuya Nomura walks onto the camera and says, this will recontextualize how you see half of these games now. And you go, what? Oh no. I guess I should probably replay some of them and try to piece that all together.
I'm going to have to replay them again.
When it goes to cutscene viewer, I'm probably going to do a stream where I watch all the cutscenes and like do a reaction to them because I've forgotten a lot of what happens in that game.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm sad to see it go, but I'm glad it'll live on in cutscenes. And they're doing a nice thing where like, you know, I mentioned where they're like, you can customize your avatar to like make it so it's you on your journey.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Because it's shut down in Japan already, we got like the details of what that'll entail. Mm-hmm. They just unlock almost all the avatar parts. So like even if you didn't like download them or like you missed your chance for like a special like limited time thing,
sure.
You can now just use them for the cutscene viewer.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah. So that's really cool of them to do. That you don't get to carry over your medals, so people are just like taking screenshots of their medal collection.
Sure.
And your pets don't import either because they aren't actually in any of the cutscenes. They are a gameplay mechanic.
Goodbye forever, Fluffy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, so that'll be something at least.
Right.
I only did 2 more things. I started watching Cracking the Cryptic, which is a YouTube channel where a very pleasant British man solves very complicated Sudoku puzzles.
Ooh, fun.
It's very soothing.
I bet it is. That sounds very soothing.
He is a very polite man who is like a world time Sudoku champion. And he just like finds really gimmicky Sudoku puzzles and then it takes like 45 minutes or an hour and he just kind of like solves them.
I don't even know how to play Sudoku.
I don't either, but this is making me want to try.
It's just like math, isn't it?
You have a 9x9 grid and they're divided into 9 3x3 boxes as well, right?
Right.
Each line and row has to include the numbers 1 through 9 without duplicating any numbers.
Okay.
Also, each box has to include the numbers 1 through 9 without any duplicating.
Okay.
So you just have to find the puzzle will give you a few to start off with. And then your goal is to fill out the rest by working through process of elimination to make sure those requirements are met.
Huh. Okay, sure.
So there's no like actual math involved. It's just like placing numbers and making sure you're not like putting 2 3s in one row.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, it is very fascinating, and the ones he does has like additional gimmicks where it's like these like dotted line areas need to add up to 24.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very soothing, very pleasant, and enjoyable to just kind of like sit and watch and relax. And if you're having like a stressful day, that's a good way to de-stress.
Huh, nice.
If you're stressed out because you did what I did and started watching Final Space.
Oh, yeah.
Finished Final Space.
So is it over? Like, is it over?
No. Season 3 ended like a few days ago.
Okay.
And they have not confirmed a Season 4 yet. Which is why I'm going to say Final Space is really good. Maybe wait until they confirm a Season 4 before you decide to start watching it.
Okay. It's one of those.
Because it ends in a place.
Cool. Good to know.
It's, you go, boy, it sure would suck if it just ended like this.
It's pretty popular. Like, I think it's fairly popular.
Yeah, it's like low key popular. Like, I don't see a lot of like massive discussion about it, but
right. It's no Rick and Morty, but you know.
Right, but it's better than Rick and Morty. Yeah, it's really good. The first like half of season 1 are pretty standard, like dumb, wacky space adventure starring like a real like self-unaware protagonist.
Guardians of the
hotshot.
Galaxy.
Yeah. But like borderline annoying. And then
Sure.
halfway through the season, it suddenly veers into just like a legitimate space opera.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I would
Unexpected.
recommend watching it after they confirm season 4.
Season 4. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. A lot of
I
stuff.
watched Invincible. Did I mention that?
Oh yeah, you didn't talk about Invincible. Yes, talk about Invincible.
I did watch Invincible. I can't really talk about Invincible too much without it being like massive spoilers, and that's not why we're here. I really enjoyed Invincible, like a lot. The end of the first episode is probably one of the more stunning ways to end a first episode.
Boy, is it!
Since you remember that anime School Live, where it's like girls living in a school?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that one? That had like the most like stunning like ending of like a first episode ever. This is like on par with that, where it's like once you watch that, you understand instantly what kind of a show it is.
Right. I think like just by nature of it being on Amazon and also being a comic that started in 2005, I think most people already know like what the first episode twist is.
I didn't.
So I will say this is the best version of that thing you and I both usually don't like.
Which is
that
like
I've ever seen.
What if superheroes said fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Go ahead.
This is the best version of that.
It is stunningly not nearly as cynical as I was. I mean, it's extremely cynical toward the end, but like also not nearly as cynical as I was expecting. I was expecting way more like way more like they're all super self-serving assholes, but there actually are like people who want to do good. You know,
like I expected way more of the boys than like an actual team of legitimate superheroes.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's all like for fame and shit. But no, there's actually like people who want to do like good stuff too, and it's just that it has it's also extremely violent, you know? Like that's that's the hook, is that it's just very cavalier with its violence and is like very frank about it. I mean, it's based off of Bob Kurtzman comic, so like yeah, of course. And like yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. By the end of it, I literally binged the whole thing in a night, which is a problem because I started watching it at 10 o'clock at night. So I didn't go to sleep until 4 o'clock the next morning. But I was just like, after like, because I thought, you know, I was like, I'll watch half of it. And then the problem is that after episode 4, it's like, no, you're not. You're watching the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
it's one of those like, haha, you think you're gonna stop now? What are you, stupid?
Are you stupid? I was also stunned. It is a 45-minute long serial show. Like it's an actual, like, animated, basically prestige TV show where it's not 22-minute episodes, which is not what I was expecting. So it's like a full 16 episode series run. It's just that it's been condensed.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I think the animation is good, and then bad, and then good again, so it's fine. There are certain episodes of that show that look like Archer.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ooh, this is really rough. But, it's fine, because at the very end, they
animate it. They save their budget for when they need it.
Yeah, so they kind of fix the production toward the end. There's, like I said, a handful where it's kind of rough in the middle, but, what's going on is so solid that you're on board anyways. All the voice acting's really, really good. This is another thing I was really surprised by.
Seth Rogen as Alan is really good.
It's an inspired choice, right? It's really good.
He's natural for it.
He just sells being this cool, chill guy. It's really good. And just fucking. Why am I blanking on the dad's actor?
J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I mean,
of course. Owns it.
He
just owns it, of course. He's
who else are you gonna get?
To play your asshole mustached dad, it's perfect. It's all really good. Voice acting solid. Show looks pretty good when it needs to. And watch it devote a day to it. Don't try to start it at 10 o'clock at night like me. Don't be a fool like me and ruin your sleep schedule for 3 days because you fucked around and watched fucking Invincible all day. I'm glad that it's already been confirmed for a second and third season. And yeah, I saw the picture that shows how much the first season actually adapts, and it's not a lot.
They do a really good job of adapting everything in the comics from what I've seen. Which is gonna be a problem because Invincible ran for a really long time.
Yeah, it's a really long-running comic, turns out.
You guys might want to think about chopping out some arcs. Maybe potentially doing that.
Maybe truncating things just a little bit.
Because I think that thing ran for 10 to 12 years.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, I mean, maybe they'll just have a fucking 6-season show if they'll actually have the balls to not cancel a cartoon for once. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Speaking of Transformers animated.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Cool. Yeah, that's it for me as well. So, time to get on to the news.
Oh, God. Let's do this.
There's only one thing that happened.
Hey!
It's E3.
E3 happened super hard, and then kind of
didn't happen.
Then it kind of didn't happen. I was like, oh no, okay.
So there is, you might be looking at this episode description being like, Ben, where is your usual E3 breakdown links and everything? Well, there's just the one, because there's the 2021 E3recap.com website, which is super helpful because it's just here's everything that happened with links to all the trailers.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's 2021.e3recap.com. There's a dot in there.
Yeah.
It's the Gigaboots guys told, they said it in an episode, and I went and looked, and it's this is perfect. It literally just, you can order it by conference, you can order it by newest to oldest, so you can just kind of, sort through it really well, and you'll see every single trailer and press releases and everything. So, there's literally no need to trawl through IGN or whatever anymore.
Right.
You just use this. It's great.
So what we're going to do for this is I've divided it into the big conferences.
Sort of.
I have it, we're going to go through, because going through everything is useless because there's a ton and not all of them have anything worth talking about.
Sure.
So I'm going through Summer Game Fest Kickoff, Wholesome Direct, Ubisoft Forward, Devolver Digital, Gearbox, Xbox and Bethesda, Square Enix, PC Gaming, Capcom, Nintendo, and that's it.
Okay.
So we'll just go down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the list of these games. I'm going to shout them out by name, I'll stop myself if I want to talk about it, and you stop me if you hear one you want to talk about.
Oh boy, okay.
So, from the beginning, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Don't even remotely care. Who could possibly care about Borderlands in the year of our Lord 2021?
Metal Slug Tactics. I wish it was a regular Metal Slug, but that had a cool anime video.
Yeah, that's true.
Death Stranding Director's Cut. I don't know how hard...
Okay, Kojima.
I don't know how harder Kojima can say, I'm not doing Metal Gear anymore.
I'm not making... Stop asking me to make another Metal Gear game. I'm not making anything for Konami ever again. Stop asking.
Just a whole sequence where Norman Reedus gets in a box and then gets out of the box and puts the box on the shelf.
Stop asking. He's not doing it. Metal Gear's dead.
I'll play the director's cut, though. I'd like to see what got cut from this game.
Sure.
Jurassic World Evolution 2. You're going to see this one a lot.
It's on everything.
Lost Ark. Call of Duty Warzone Season 4. Among Us. Salt and Sacrifice. Solar Ash.
Kind of neat that Salt and Sanctuary is getting a sequel, but that's it.
Yeah.
Good for them, because it's like a hardcore Bloodborne, except it's 2D.
Yeah.
So, I never did like that art style, but maybe this time I'll give it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah. Solar Ash. Chivalry 2. Valorant. Escape from Tarkov. Streets of Tarkov.
We are gonna have to be choosier than this.
Yeah. Okay. Smite. Stranger Things.
No.
Weird pick.
Why?
I don't get it.
Again, what year is it? Okay. It's just a strange choice because Stranger Things is its time is done. Why?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Painkiller, The Anacrusis, Rocket League, Fast and Furious, Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt. There's
dog shit.
Yeah,
there's
there were
3 Vampire the Masquerade games now technically coming out, and none of them look done.
Nope, not at all. This one, I don't even know what this is. This is the an adventure game, or this is the multiplayer one, isn't it?
That's the multiplayer one. Yeah.
Ugh, no thanks. The Dark Pictures, House of Ashes, Tales of Arise.
There we go. Yay! One actually worth talking about.
We got a cast.
There's a cast. There's a release date. We are just golden, baby. It is finally happening after years and years of going, there is no news. There's finally so much news.
September 10th.
September 10th of this year.
Very excited.
It will have been 4 years at this point since Berseria. Once it comes out, it'll have been 4 years. Almost 4.5 years, because Berseria came out in early 2017.
All the characters look great. Combat looks fucking amazing.
Combat looks stellar. I love the 2 new character designs. I love the old, so we're finally at a cast of 6, and unless they really shake things up, we're probably only going to get 6, which is fine. They've kind of been doing 6-man casts lately. So its main dude is Alphen, main girl is Shion, the mage chick is Rinwell, the kind of... I've been just saying he looks like Claude from Fire Emblem if he was white.
Yeah.
Because he does. Then there's the new ones are Dohalim, which is the red-haired, dark-skinned guy, and Kisara, which is you are not immune to Hot Lady Night.
Right.
Nobody is immune to Hot Lady Night. So,
which I've said it before. I think that's a weird name for a Lady Night.
I know it is not what I was expecting.
You would expect Ingrid or Eleanor or something.
Sure. But I guess they're just because these are all fantasy names. These are not real world names, so nobody's getting a real world name. The whole cast. The only one that sounds remotely normal is Low, and even him, no, not really. So
unless they do the thing where they give him a different name in in English, but I think we're past that point.
No, these are all, they've been pretty good about, like, the two, like, the Japanese and North American versions being on the same page, so, like, these are just, like, the unified names across the board. Thank God. It's extremely annoying to look up, like, old Tales shit, because it's like, oh, completely different names.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
I'm so excited.
We got Sky, Planet of Lana. Overwatch 2, it's the same as Overwatch 1.
Looks bad.
Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, Paladins Genlock, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. We're going to see Monster Hunter Stories 2 a lot here, too. Endless Dungeon, Far Cry 6, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Yoko Taro will take money from anyone.
Yoko Taro will take literally from anyone. Good for him.
And based on pattern recognition, this means Fall Guys is canon to Nier.
Fall Guys is canon to Nier, which means Fall Guys is canon to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, like, it does totally make sense for, thematically, for a group of inorganic beings who like to mimic humanity and strive to in pursuit of an unachievable goal at the cost of their own bodies.
Is that Final Fantasy XIV fans trying to make me play their game?
You mean Final Fantasy XIV Around the Born, available now for PS4 and PS5 and PC. You can play up to level 60 for free and up to the first expansion for free.
No, I'm done. Okay.
Genshin Impact got some stuff. Back 4 Blood looks really cool. Can't wait for that one. Tunic, Tribes of Midgard, Evil Dead is another Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead. There's a bunch of these.
There's a lot of Left 4 Deads this year. There's a lot of Left 4 Deads, and there's a lot of Octopath Travelers.
Yeah. And then Elden Ring. Finally is here. It's here. It looks like Dark Souls. But it's got a lot of stuff in it.
Boy, George R.R. Martin really did just take the money and run, didn't he?
Yeah.
This looks exactly... And, make no mistake, everybody I know who's excited for this game is like, I don't care if it's Dark Souls 4. I hope it's Dark Souls 4.
Yeah.
They're all excited.
The fans got what they wanted.
Yeah, it's just more Dark Souls, which is fine. Go for it. It's like an open world Dark Souls, but with a horse that has a double jump. So that's cool. Good for them.
It's not my thing, but I'm glad you guys are happy.
But at the same time, the trailer is the most Dark Souls trailer ever, where it's just a bunch of vague horse shit, and it's are you sure George R.R. Martin was involved? Did they just punt him off this project because he was dragging it down, he won't finish fucking Winds of Winter? Did Miyazaki wake up one day and go, oh god, our game is never going to come out if we let him write it? I don't know.
Well, what they did is they had him write a rough draft and they went, good enough.
Thanks for the outline, bro.
Yeah, all we need is the outline.
We're good from here. I think it's technically that he didn't actually write it. I think it is really just that he consulted world building shit with it, which is hilarious because again, this world is extremely just a Dark Souls world.
Yeah. They just passed him a couple of note cards. Said one of them's the pale light of shit ass. And he's like, yep, I vibe with that.
There we go. That's it. Go forth, Elden Ringed, and find the ring. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody who likes this shit is happy, and I like seeing my Dark Souls friends happy. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever actually finish Bloodborne, but fuck it, maybe someday.
That little dude who's just a pot with arms and legs is my friend, though.
He is 100% certified shaped like a friend. Yeah, we do love him in this family.
So yeah, that was Summer Game Fest.
Cool.
Yeah. Next, I watched the Wholesome Games Direct.
I did not watch that. All I heard was that it was 100% furry games.
It was... Okay, so Wholesome Games now come in, I'm going to say 3 flavors.
Okay.
One is pastel LGBTQ game.
Sure.
One is pastel domestic life game.
Okay.
One is pastel pixel game. Those are your 3 flavors. And then what you do
is you take those and you mix and match. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just take those things, you Venn diagram it. Mm-hmm. And then, you pick 2.
Yeah,
you basically pick 2, and then that's your thing.
Are you gay and on a farm, or are you pixel and on a farm?
Are you a gay cat on a farm, or are you like a gay something 20-something in San Francisco? And are you a cell shaded 3D model, or are you a 2D sprite?
That's it.
But it's all pastel.
Everything is pastel. No, thank you.
Which, all of these are fine, but have you ever gone to, like, a concert or a movie with your friends, and it is very much not your scene? And there's nothing,
yeah.
you're not bored, you're not,
having
like,
a good time.
You're not in a bad mood, but the thing that is, like, being presented to you is just not at all for you, and you're happy your friends are having a good time.
Sure.
That's exactly what it was like for me watching this thing. As I'm like, the target audience for this is
not
thrilled.
me.
They're thrilled right now, but there's no overlap from the target audience to the auxiliary audience.
I feel like the problem is, like, when we say, everything is these 3 things and it's all pastel, it is very much the feeling of, like, having too much candy to choose from, where it all starts blurring together and just kind of all looks like sugar after a while. It's that, like, no thank you.
You're like, you're at like a fair or something, and there's the cotton candy machine, and there's the snow cone machine, and there's the churro, the churro booth and all that, and you're like, I kind of want, like, a hot dog.
Yeah, I would like please, I would like a hot dog, or just, like, something with some fucking, like, meat on its bones.
Yeah. Can I get, like, a tray of nachos?
Can I get some carbs? I'm dying right now.
Most of these are all, like, they all just really started to blend together. There are a few that stood out that looked kind of neat.
Okay.
One of them was Letters, a written adventure, where you are you are writing a short story, and then you are allowed to mix up the words in the story. Kind of like doing, like, a on-the-fly Mad Libs.
Okay.
And then, like, the way events play out will, like, diverge based on, like, what words you manipulated around.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Like,
okay.
changing the number of bears in the scene.
Right.
Or, like, changing the action of how you confront the enemy or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that looked neat. Tracks of Thought is basically that chapter of Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door where you solve a mystery on a train, but expanded into a full game, so I'm into that. That was one of the best parts of Paper Mario: 1,000-Year Door.
Listen, we've already established that if you can set your story on a train, you should set your story on a train.
Yeah.
Like, we talked enough about Baccano. Just set your story on a train. Everything is cooler if you add a train. It's fine.
The Gecko Gods, where you play as a gecko who wanders around a temple, and it's cool because you play as a gecko.
Sounds cute. Sure.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
Bear and Breakfast, where you are fixing up an old B&B, like a hotel. Mm-hmm. And there are apparently monsters that try to stop you from doing it, and a bear is there.
Cute.
Neat. So that looked fun. And then everything else is just, like, a bunch of things that are definitely not for me.
And that's fine.
That's fine, as long as you guys are all happy with it. Lot of games where you play as a witch or a cat or both.
There were like 3 games like that in the last couple of years, and everybody at the same time went, "That sounds like a great idea." And then there were 100 of them.
Good.
It's just like fucking Left 4 Dead's and Octopath Travelers. It's fine.
Yep. But they were all confined to this one direct instead of it being spread out amongst like the whole conference.
You probably should have spread it out amongst the whole conference so things could even remotely stand out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, who's next?
Next is one that I don't feel bad about making fun of.
Yay!
Ubisoft!
Oh, Ubisoft, you're here to shit the bed again. We can always count on Ubisoft to just make nothing that nobody cares about.
Just looking at this list is all stuff.
Asleep.
It's all stuff I don't care about. For Honor, Trackmania, Ninja Turtles are coming to Brawlhalla.
All I have to say about any of this is one, Mario and Rabbids is apparently like the most absurdly selling game ever.
I'm really mad that like people I like whose opinion I trust, like Invidyon or Gigaboots, are like, yeah, Mario plus Rabbids is good. I'm excited for a sequel to Mario plus Rabbids, and I'm like, no! You can't tell me it's good. I'm gonna want to buy it.
I can't buy a Rabbids game. I'm an adult woman in the year 2021, as I've been saying. But everybody says it's really good. And it sold like 7 zillion copies. And so it's going to get sequels forever. I hope you know that. Like, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. They're going to keep making these things.
You know, Mario and Sonic can only meet up during the Olympics, but Mario can get a gun and shoot things with the Rabbids.
Maybe Mario can get a gun and shoot the Rabbids, and then we'll be free.
The only
we'll never get another Rayman game, and that's because the Rabbids just ruined everything. We
won't. Those 2D platformers were the last time we're ever going to see Rayman again.
That's it.
The Rabbids designs are bad, but they're tolerable.
Sure.
I don't like the Luma Rabbid. I don't like seeing that thing. It's
horrid little googly eyes.
I don't like that.
It's a very uncomfortable looking fucking thing. And then the other thing about Ubisoft, literally the only thing, is that Ubisoft is leaning really, really hard into having Giancarlo Esposito in Far Cry 6. I'm here to tell you right now, folks, he's in the first 10 minutes of the game and the last 10 minutes of the game. And that's it.
He is not going to do anything else.
Nope, he is not going to be in this video game. So if you are excited for Breaking Bad, the video game, nope.
He is going to Kiefer Sutherland as Venom Snake this shit.
Oh yeah, super hard.
In which his script is 3 pages long.
They got him in the studio to record lines and do some mocap for a weekend.
Yep.
And that is it. They couldn't afford anything else, all right? They didn't want to pay him for anything else.
That's it. Do not get excited for him because he will not be in it.
However much you were hoping Pagan Min would be in Far Cry 4 and then was in Far Cry 4, imagine that, but even less.
And that was Troy Baker.
That was Troy Baker. He's not, I mean, like, I like Troy Baker, but he's not, like, he wasn't in Breaking Bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And these guys are still Ubisoft.
Yeah, no, thank you. They're doing the cheapest possible option. Being like, look, we got Gus from Breaking Bad. And then, Breaking Bads. No. They did not.
And then Ubisoft's, like, final stinger was just, like, a few minutes of static?
Oh, what a bizarre...
Like, I didn't understand. Like, I saw, like, they showed, like, they were like, here's our premiere of our new game, and then they just showed, like, a blank screen.
Even, not to be annoying, again, into the year of our Lord 2021, as I've been saying, but, like, boy, have you ever seen anything more, like, accurately embody the concept of the perception filter from Doctor Who? Like, an avatar to just, like, have, like, your knowledge of something just instantly slide off of your brain.
Hey, Ubisoft. Horizon Zero Dawn already exists.
Hey, Ubisoft? Those other movies are never coming out.
No, they're not. Anything that you can put in your Avatar game has already been done in better games that probably came out within the last console generation.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I can't think of anything that more misses the mark than trying to make an Avatar game in 2021.
So weird, right? Like...
Because
but I mean...
we haven't even gotten, like, a trailer for Avatar 2 yet.
It's been, like, 10 years. It's been, like, 10 years since Avatar... Hold on.
What marketing hype... Are you the marketing hype for Avatar 2?
Oh my God. The first Avatar movie came out in 2009.
Like, is that what is... God damn, really?
11 years ago. Like...
Fuck.
I know, it's horrid. Wretched thing to realize. But, like... And I've never seen another fucking trailer for that movie.
I wonder how those people who, like, had that, like, Avatar sickness... like, how are they doing? Are they good now?
They all just went to that Again, it's just weird. Like, Disney has an Avatar land at Disney World. Do you think they all just work there? Do you think they all just work there?
Do you think there are people that are like, oh, hey, they're making a game out of the ride like they did for Pirates of the Caribbean?
Honestly, that would make more sense. That would, like, legitimately track. Like, you know?
Fucking Avatar 2 is gonna come out and people are gonna be like, oh, like the Disney thing?
Yeah, like the Disney thing? Like the video game? Oh my God, I can't believe they made a sequel to this video game as a movie.
Then James Cameron will be like, no one remembers my thing that made more money than every other movie to ever exist ever.
It doesn't matter. James Cameron laughing his way to the bank. He doesn't care. He's using all of his money to buy more submarines to go look at the Marianas Trench.
James Cameron could just put Avatar back in theaters and call it Avatar 2 and no one would notice.
Nobody would even dispute it. Be like, I guess so, sure. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't remember the first one at all.
I don't remember anything about the first one.
Maybe we should rewatch the first one. Nah, it's fine.
It's cool. Okay.
So yeah, thanks Ubisoft for that weird poll.
It was nothing. So what's next?
Next is one of the only good conferences. It was Devolver Digital.
Devolver is I will say, I do think the gimmick is getting kind of old at this point.
Did you watch this one?
No.
Okay, because they know that it's getting old, so they did a different gimmick.
Oh, okay.
The gimmick for this one is that all of the previous shows were a marketing pitch. And so it cuts to a group of like CEOs like watching the Devolver presentations.
Okay.
And the guy's like, so yeah, this is like our art marketing campaign. And like Nina Struthers is like pouring coffee for them and she's like, was that me? And they're like, yeah, when we hired you, you sold us your likeness, so we own your face and appearance, and we can do whatever we want with you.
Cool.
So they also one of their gimmicks was their version of the NFT, which is the non-fuckwithable tape.
Yes, I saw that.
Which I think sold for like $15,000.
Somebody probably bought it.
I'm sure they did.
Somebody probably bought it.
I'm still impressed with how fuck you E3 Devolver can just be.
Sure, absolutely.
Like, we were talking later, but we watched like the PC gaming show and they did their dumb gimmick.
Oh god, we'll talk
and they were like, or like you think about like when we talk about Outer Worlds 2 trailer.
Oh god.
Where they're just like, haha, look, we're self-aware. But like Devolver has like actual vitriol.
See, the thing about Devolver is that they can get away with it because like everything they showed looked good. Like literally everything Devolver showed, like I think looks really good. Like especially I think Trek to Yomi looks really, really interesting. I think Inscription looks really, really interesting. I know a lot of people think Wizard with a Gun looks really interesting, and frankly, so do I. Like,
I mean, I like Bastion.
Sure, absolutely. They're making Shadow Warrior 3, hopefully this time with slightly less racist accents.
Yep.
The thing is that Devolver seems to almost universally put out bangers. Like, I don't know if they put out bad video games. So, like, they can get away with it.
Yeah.
They can get away with being extremely fuck you and being over this whole E3 thing. You know? The problem is that, and this kind of goes back to why, like, some companies, who we'll talk about later, have really lousy E3 showings, is because the way I understand it, as I was trying to puzzle out why so many of these showings were so lousy, is because, like, if you give up your booth space at E3, even for a digital E3, you lose it. Like, the next year you have to, like, you have to put your name back in the hat and hope to get it again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, you always have to put together something, otherwise you lose your spot.
And every company in existence had a pretty bad 2020.
So everybody had a pretty bad, had a pretty bad showing this year. Except for, again, Devolver, but that's because they're a small company, so they have they can fund small games and just show, like, neat little indie things. And then Nintendo, but that's because they're Nintendo. So. But yeah, I mean, their vitriol is totally justified because it's like they in order to maintain their space, they can just keep making, like, big fuck you ESA videos, which is cool.
But yeah, I think everything on this looked good. Shadow Warrior 3 did look good. They're leaning really hard into making it just like a bootleg Doom Eternal.
Sure.
Trek to Yomi looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think everything here looks pretty solid,
Inscription from the studio that brought us The Hex and Pony Island. Fucking yeah, I'll play your card game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Hex is still really fucking good.
Anything that what is that guy's name? Dan Mullins. Dan Mullins? Yes? That sounds right.
Daniel Mullins, yep.
Yep, okay. Yeah. So good for them.
Death's Door looks really good too. Mm-hmm. Phantom Abyss looks fun. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't watch. I didn't watch that one.
It's a first person parkour game. Where it's asynchronous, so while you're playing it, you'll see the ghosts of everyone else who failed the level running around with you.
Huh. Okay.
So it's like an asynchronous racing thing.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
The only thing I don't particularly like about Devolver's is Demon Throttle getting a only physical release for a limited time.
That's weird, I guess.
That was a weird thing that I'm not quite sure what, like, the benefit of that is.
Yeah, like, who benefits from that? Not even really Devolver, because it'll be such a limited release,
Yeah.
Maybe it's a creator thing, like something they wanted to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
But yeah, very good showing from them. And then they were followed by Gearbox, which they should not have done.
I did not watch Gearbox. But I heard they also did bits.
They absolutely tried to be Devolver too, but it was Gearbox, so they didn't do it good.
It's because they're Gearbox and they're miserable.
They did it bad instead of good.
Like I was saying on Twitter, I would trade as much fun as Devolver's bits are. They're jokey jokes. If they never did another jokey joke show again, and the trade-off was that neither did companies like Gearbox or shows like the PC Game Show, I would take that trade. Yes.
If E3 2022 was like moratorium, no bits, you have to show trailers.
That's it. We're not doing bits, we're only showing trailers. I'd be fine with that.
What that means is Devolver would just drop out and just do their own thing.
Sure.
And then we would be spared from all of the hardships of Randy Pitchford trying to be funny.
Oh, God. Just the greasiest man alive.
He's so sweaty.
He's so sweaty. He's so slimy. He's just a creep. I don't like him. I don't like his face. I called him a bitch on Twitter once, and he responded to me, which was fun. You're still a bitch.
Was it Randy Pitchford or the other one that tried to pick a fight with Pat?
I think that was Cliff Blazinski.
Was it? Okay, it was probably Cliff.
Yeah, I think it was Cliffy B.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if...
Because they're the same person in my head.
Oh, they're the exact same person. 100%.
You know, it's exactly... Cliffy B and Randy Pitchford are the same person in my head in much the same way that, like, Charlie Kirk, Matt Walsh, and Ben Shapiro are the same person in my head.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Especially Charlie Kirk and Matt Walsh. Like, Ben Shapiro's just, like, a little mousy man. You know? But, like, I couldn't tell you the difference between those other assholes. I know one of them shit themselves. I know that one of them shit themselves.
That was the gun girl. The gun girl shit herself.
No, I know the gun girl shit herself, but I am pretty sure I've seen Charlie Kirk in a diaper before.
Yes, that happened, but I don't think he actually shit himself.
Well,
I think he wore a diaper in public to prove a point.
That he shits himself, yeah.
Okay. That might have been the point.
So anyways,
but yeah.
Is there anything worth talking about at Devolver at all?
Or not Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Homeworld 3, Tribes of Midgard, and Godfall. No.
None of that. Okay. Let's talk about Microsoft.
Let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft actually had a show where they showed things that were good.
Microsoft has a show. My problem with Microsoft is my usual problem with Microsoft every year. I feel like they come to E3 with way too many CG trailers and not enough, like, video game, you know? Like,
yes.
I respect the way they do their shows because it really is just, like, trailer after trailer after trailer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't waste time. There's not a lot of talking. It's just, like, here's a bunch of stuff, you know? Have a nice day.
Every so often, like, director or producer will be like, hey, you just saw the trailer for my new game. It's coming out here. We're excited about it. Bye.
Bye. And then, like, maybe they'll do, like, a little bit of gameplay, but, like, there wasn't enough. The gameplay we did get was almost exclusively for Forza, and it took way too long.
Yes.
I think it massively overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, I do want to go down the list of this just because there is, like, a lot of them to talk about. But, yeah, like, just before I get to that, just... Yeah, I wish more big devs would just do that. I appreciate Microsoft's strategy of, like, spray and pray.
Yeah, absolutely. Just throw things out there and hope something catches somebody's attention. I mean, it works. Honestly, it does work. I do respect it. If they have a price drop, I'm thinking, like, if there's a price drop by Christmas for the Series X, I might cop. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah. Just because, you know, why not, right? If you can get one. And again, there's going to be there's a handful of games, there's several games on this list that are, exclusive in finger quotes, because they're all going to be on PC.
Right.
But, honestly, it might be easier to find an Xbox Series X than it would be to find a fucking graphics card right now.
Indeed. So, starting off with the big one in finger quotes, Starfield, where we didn't see any gameplay.
We saw shit for dick, and then in the interview afterwards, Todd Howard all but confirmed that they're still using their lousy engine, because somebody was like, we saw somebody go up a ladder in the Starfield trailer, and then Todd Howard basically in as many words said, like, oh, there's no ladders, what are you talking about? We don't do ladders at Bethesda. I
am really bummed out that Starfield appears to have, like, no unique aesthetic. It looks just like modern NASA spaceship.
And, like, to a degree that appeals to me. Like, I think that kind of sounds neat. I don't know. Maybe there is a twist. Like, maybe there is some kind of twist in the first act, like, that might make that interesting to me. Like, I really like the movie Interstellar. I like really techie, like, down-to-earth sci-fi stuff.
But do you like Interstellar because it looks like regular stuff, or do you like it because it looks like regular stuff and then goes to a fantastic mind-blowing, like, plot line? that will definitely not be in Starfield.
Oh yeah, Starfield's not going to have any good writing, that's for sure. Yeah, my problem is that if it's meant to be like a Fallout or a Skyrim, they very specifically cite Skyrim in the post-conference press release. I guess if it's that humanity is a spacefaring race at this point, and you're going out and discovering new shit, but there's still space colonies and stuff, maybe that can be interesting. I don't know. I'm just kind of iffy about how long that premise can hold me. You know? Yeah,
Starfield. I was thinking about it afterwards, and when I hung out with my friends recently, I was thinking about it some more. It has the aesthetic of a board game to me.
Yeah, I think
have you seen a lot of those modern strategy board games about space exploration and stuff?
Yeah.
My friend group is getting really, really into those kinds of things, and
right.
So I'm playing it. I'm like, this feels like a lot what they're pitching this game on feels analogous to those kind of things.
Yeah, but the other thing is that I am of two minds about this. One, I know I'm going to play it because I'm a mark.
Right.
I'm going to play it. I'm sorry. It's just going to happen. And I'm kind of I've been thinking about it more because I don't think the aesthetic lit a lot of people on fire. And I'm still iffy on it for another reason because it's just that we didn't see any gameplay, of course. But on the other hand, if they went really high, high sci-fi, you're talking to a bunch of aliens and it's all very sleek and Star Trek-y. Well, we already have that. That's called Mass Effect, you know?
Right, yeah.
And if they went more kitschy and kind of retro-y, with that kind of aesthetic, well, we already have that too. That's called The Outer Worlds. And we don't really have anything like what Starfield looks to be, which is a very kind of grounded sci-fi NASA kind of aesthetic open world game. We have stuff and the stuff that does exist is online kind of stuff. Your No Man's Sky, your Eves, your No Man's Skies, stuff like that.
I feel this is Bethesda, and for better or for worse, we kind of have certain expectations for Bethesda, right?
Sure.
Skyrim, is if you just look at a screenshot of Skyrim, it's a fairly grounded, I guess, fantasy story.
Sure.
You got dirty guys with mud all over their faces wearing, tattered leather and helmets with horns on them and swinging around battle axes, right? And then, you look further and there's a giant troll and a dragon, right? And Fallout has, robots and mutants and stuff, but it's also, fairly, settled in its kind of scale, I just feel and I feel Starfield, that trailer needed to have the character in his normal spacesuit go up to his normal shuttle and then look over the horizon and see something.
Yeah, it needed a hook. I think that's the thing.
Whether it's an alien or a sun that is purple or
even a huge crashed freighter or something.
Or a temple that carved into a mountainside.
Sure.
It's something that makes you go, ooh.
Yeah, it needed some kind of a hook, and I think that's why kind of people are still feeling it out, which I get. Right. I mean, that's fair. I will play it no matter what, basically, because I am myself, and it's fine. If it's Fallout in space, cool, sure, why not? I'll put 250 hours into it at minimum.
I can't wait to see a starship use the Dragonflight path from Skyrim.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
I do wish we would have gotten any hook to this game at all.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, we probably won't see anything for another year.
I think
it feels like.
You know what this is?
Maybe.
Is what? Microsoft Bethesda was like, we gotta fucking show something. We gotta do something.
Absolutely. Like, they had to show... I'm sure 2020, slowed everything down tremendously.
This game is nowhere near ready at all whatsoever. But whip up a CG trailer. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we don't even know what our gimmick is going to be. It doesn't matter. Put a dude in a spacesuit.
Put a dude in a spacesuit and show us a drone. It's cool. We might... tentatively maybe could see something at the Game Awards, because that's kind of turned into our second E3 at the end of the year kind of thing, which would be cool. I mean, like, I would bet money on seeing something for Starfield at the Game Awards. Maybe not something big, not like a huge gameplay reveal or anything like that, but maybe something that does give us more of the hook. And then I again am willing to bet money that E3 2022 there'll be a Starfield trailer, and the release date will be in 6 months from that trailer.
Well, the release date right now is November 11th, so yes.
Yep.
Yeah, people are saying, like, E3 is dead. No, 2022 is going to be a lot better.
2022 is going to be a whole lot better.
This is a rough year for literally everyone. I
totally forgot that the Starfield trailer even had a release date in it. I totally blanked out on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like, everyone has an excuse for why their E3 sucked.
Sure, and I mean, I totally understand it, except for Capcom and Square Enix.
Yeah, next year will be better. But so moving on from that, we have Get Out of Here, Stalker. It's Stalker. Back for Blood again. Contraband, which again is gonna be something.
Again, this is what I mean. This is the Microsoft trailer thing. It's just like, here's a title and some CG shit.
Here's a pan of objects that will set the aesthetic and tell you nothing about our game.
It's made by the Just Cause people. That's interesting.
Yeah. This one actually, in hindsight, is better than the Avatar game. Sea of Thieves is just adding Jack Sparrow to their game.
It's so funny to me.
Fuck.
We were talking about it later. Like at the time of us watching E3, we were like, boy, this ship has sailed. But like, the more I think about it, the more, like, if you regularly play Sea of Thieves, like, if you put a lot of time into Sea of Thieves and it's like your favorite online game, and those people exist.
Yeah.
Like, Pirates of the Caribbean is your favorite movie franchise, right?
Yeah, like, name another pirate character to have guest star in your game. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like,
are you gonna not get excited to see Jack Sparrow? Like, what are you dumb? Like,
if
no,
you've put several hundred hours into Sea of Thieves, then you have also watched all 3 of the good Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like, 10 times a piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you love those movies. So yeah, of course you would be excited for this.
Like, yeah, obviously.
Absolutely. So yeah, good for them.
I literally cannot think of any other pirate character who would fit better than Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. I mean, he even looks like a Sea of Thieves character, but I mean, that is also partially because Sea of Thieves itself draws so heavily from Pirates of the Caribbean, the movies. Like, yeah.
Like, if this would be like, if you had Commander Shepard show up in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah,
the Venn diagram of those two fandoms is a circle.
Like, yeah, they haven't been. Shepard hasn't been in anything in a very long time, and they haven't been in, like, the public eye for a while. But who else are you gonna put in your big sprawling multiplayer alien game?
Yeah, like if you could get N7 armor in fucking No Man's Sky, people would be ecstatic. If you could build a fucking Normandy, yes, people would lose their minds. It would be so cool. It's the same thing.
So good for you guys. You got the one that's right.
You did it. Good for you.
Yeah, because Like a Dragon is coming to Xbox Game Pass, so I need to play that. Battlefield went on for too long.
Oh god, who cares?
12 minutes still exists. Psychonauts 2 looks good.
Oh, Psychonauts 2 looks really good and is actually finally coming out.
That's
this year.
August of this year.
Holy shit. It has been so long. It has been so fucking long, and I am so ready. I am so ready.
Speaking of Psychonauts, Richard Horvitz is in Rift Apart, and he's Zircon Jr., and the voice direction was just do Zim.
That's it.
Just do Zim. There is a point where Zircon Jr. refers to when you get the Glove of Doom, which is a weapon from Ratchet and Clank 1. Mm-hmm. And yes, he says Doom exactly the same way Zim does, because that's what they told him.
Sure,
it's great.
That makes total sense.
76 got Steel Rain and the Pit DLC, which is cool.
That's cool.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be Fallout 3 and Fallout 4's engine, but, whatever is fine.
It's fine. I would really like a Fallout 3 remastered, remake, something, but it's fine. Who cares? I do sometimes play Fallout 76, so... I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe at some point I'll get around to actually playing this, I can't believe Fallout 76 actually did pull it off.
I can't believe it got you.
No, you don't. You don't actually can't believe it got me.
I do. No, I can. I can't believe it. I can't, because we did an entire episode about how much Fallout 76 is garbage. Then you're like, what if I played it as a joke, guys? Wouldn't it be funny if I played it as a joke?
You play Fallout 76 as a joke, and then I played it. And you know what? At this point, it's fine. I do think it would, of course, always be better offline. Like, it would just be better offline, especially because there's some latency between when you pull the trigger and when the shot actually hits. And like it doesn't, you can only have one settlement. You can't have like a lot of settlements, which is like part of the whole appeal of Fallout 4 for me. But like, it sure is Fallout 4 without a stupid plot.
Yep. At least there's that.
Alright, what else?
Elder Scrolls Online is Game Pass. Party Animals looks like fun.
Party Animals is just is a discount gang beast. So
yeah, sure. And I like gang beasts, so yes, I like Party Animals. Hades is coming to Xbox, Somerville.
And PlayStation. So.
Oh, and PlayStation. So cool, yeah. Somerville, which is the one that looked like Limbo.
Is it? It's by not by the studio.
But like
the people who worked on some of the producers from Limbo made a new studio and made Somerville. So
Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Yikes.
And also a single player campaign, I guess, is somewhere in there. I don't know.
They did not even a little bit show any single player gameplay, and it's like, oh guys.
They did not.
We know. Come on.
We know that Halo's multiplayer will be good. That's a done deal.
It's a given.
Fine.
You need to show me what the actual single player is going to look like, thank you. Please, before I can get even a little bit excited.
We haven't seen shit from that game in like 3 years, have we?
No,
single player at least.
No, they showed that really disastrous trailer at last year's E3 that was really ugly, and everybody was really mad about it.
With the Gorilla Munch guy. Yeah. Our new friend. There is no reason to be upset.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 Resurrected. I don't think that game needs to be in 4K, but okay, sure.
Sure.
Plague's Tale. Guys, wash your hands. You gross.
Yeah, so dirty.
Plague's Tale Requiem 2. I guess that game is good. I don't know.
It looks fine. It looks like a prestige game.
Mm-hmm. Far Cry 6, Slime Rancher 2, snowboarding game Shredders. Yay!
A snowboarding game with this generation seems like a gimme because we have, like, as a species, like, figured out snow tech for video games. Like,
so you can just make it look really, really pretty now.
You can just make snow look really good in all video games now. So, like, yeah, that was an easy one. And I like snowboarding games, so I might actually play this one.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
Atomic Heart.
Boy, that game looks different from when it first revealed.
That's a way different tone now.
That game got hardcore overhauled.
That went from being like a really weirdly like unsettling game to kind of wacky.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that because I was really looking forward to the first version of Atomic Heart that they showed us.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Replaced looks stellar.
I think Replaced is like the highlight of E3 for me.
Replaced is the one that well no because Nintendo had dropped some cool shit.
That's
but
true.
Outside of Nintendo, I think Replaced is the one that I like that made me feel the most things.
Yeah, it actually like lit up some fucking neurons in my brain.
Yeah.
I think its visual style looks really good. I think it kind of will scratch at least somewhat of the itch of that like Katana Zero has left in my soul.
For sure.
Like it has that same kind of look. And when they first showed it, I was like, I don't know, because it just looked like another, just another, in finger quotes, like pretty side-scrolling pixel game with like cool lighting effects and stuff. But then they actually showed a little bit of combat, and I was like, oh, okay, this actually looks like a video game that I want to play. So yeah, I think Replaced looks great. I think it's gorgeous. Everything we saw in the trailer with its like aesthetic stylings and lighting choices and all that stuff is like, yeah, absolutely. A+, let's go. So
there are very few trailers for every E3 that like I will rewatch like after the initial one, like right away. This was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gorgeous. So I'm actually really excited for Replaced of all the stuff that Xbox showed. Yeah, sure.
Grounded as a Stream and Doom update. I don't care about Grounded at all. But I do love the arachnophobia settings.
Sure, absolutely.
I think that is a thing. Like, we're getting really good at visual settings,
like accessibility options.
Yeah, like color blindness and whatnot, stuff like that. I think phobia settings would be a cool thing to start including.
Sure, absolutely. Turn the fucking arachnophobia setting on.
Turn the spiders off. Or like, I don't know, even stuff like I don't know how people would get affected if people get affected for like heights or claustrophobia while playing games. But finding a ways to adjust those for comfort would be cool. Then we have Among Us, Aiden Chronicle looks good.
Crazy that they're just putting out another game.
Putting out another one?
Sure, I guess the Kickstarter did pretty well.
Yeah, it did. It did pretty good. The Ascent, Age of Empires, The Outer Worlds 2.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Yeah. You go ahead. You go ahead first.
Let's talk. Let's do it. Let's talk about this. One, I don't like The Outer Worlds. I don't think it's good. I think The Outer Worlds is an extremely cowardly commentary on like capitalism in general, because it falls way too much to be like both sides are wrong, even though they try really, really hard to tell you in the first mission that like trying to do the centrist shit is the wrong way to do it, and then the rest of the game just reinforces that that's the best option. So I don't like The Outer Worlds. I really don't like that The Outer Worlds puts out this stupid fucking CGI trailer making fun of other CGI trailers, and they think that gets them a pass for like doing dumb video game shit, because this reeks of like an executive at Microsoft just walked into Obsidian's offices and were like, hey, we need an edgy trailer from you guys. Thanks, you know? We need to prove that you guys are our edgy counterculture fucking RPG studio now that we own you. You know what I mean? And sorry, it sucks. It just sucks. Exclusively.
You can't do the Disney thing.
No.
You can't point out that your using cliches and then just use the cliche.
Yeah. It sucks when Disney does it. I don't like it then. I think it's extremely cheap. It's a very cheap way to make yourself look self-aware and funny. And it's actually not funny anymore. It just sucks. And this is just, they're like, oh, look, we don't have anything. It super just kind of sounds like a Microsoft exec put a gun to somebody's head and said, make an Outer Worlds 2 trailer now for E3. And it's not funny. It isn't cute. It doesn't make me want to play the sequel to a bad video game. Mostly because it's extremely trite. And if you're going to lean on like the most cheap and lazy kind of comedy, that doesn't bode well for, again, the sequel to your bad video game that tries to tell us that it's about writing. Like, sorry, y'all. That doesn't actually do anything for me. It sucks, actually.
This is like Borderlands tier.
Oh, absolutely. That's totally the vibe. It's the laziest kind of edgy humor where we're going to make fun of the whole industry while still wholeheartedly participating in the industry and doing all the same things that everybody else in the industry does, but we know we're doing it, so that makes it funny. Like, you don't think everybody else who makes these fucking CG trailers isn't aware, like the people who made the fucking Starfield trailer, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Right.
Like, they knew they were making some horse shit to satisfy investors and to give some kind of sizzle reel to fucking E3. You think they aren't aware? Like, you think you're being cute by pointing and doing this fucking trailer when they open with the Starfield trailer? Like, they think they're being cute? No, sorry. You guys are owned by the same people.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore.
Do you think this was them trying to, like, get at Bethesda?
They can't. They literally don't have a leg to stand on. I'm sorry. Like,
do you think like Obsidian like looked over at the other side of the office and like saw Bethesda working on the Starfield trailer, like, ooh, we're gonna get him.
Ooh, we're really gonna get him. And it's like, I mean, honestly, for what little of Starfield we saw, like, its aesthetic, I think its aesthetic is more interesting than the Outer Worlds aesthetic, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Outer Worlds did not have
bootleg ass fucking wannabe Fallout / BioShock fucking horse shit. Not even trying, like, literally leaning exclusively on the fact that they're the Fallout New Vegas guys, but it has none of the heart and soul or charm of fucking Fallout New Vegas, even a little bit.
I was like really expecting if they're gonna do look at us make fun of our dramatic, cinematic trailer experience. Mm-hmm. Before I knew this was the Outer Worlds 2, I was expecting, okay, when is the different genre gonna kick in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, when is it going to be revealed that this is a new mascot platformer?
Yeah.
Or a fighting game or something. Like, when are you going to show off the thing to be like, haha, we're not like those slow, dramatic, cinematic trailers that don't show anything. We're this instead.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting. If you're going to do the jokey joke, you got to show some gameplay at the end. Like, to be like, ha, psych, we got you. We're actually cooler than these guys who only do, like, CG trailers. So, this made me want to play both the first Outer Worlds even less, and never want to play the Outer Worlds 2. So, good job, I think.
Yeah, you did it.
You did it. So.
Then we have Microsoft Flight Simulator, Forza Horizon. They spend way too much time on Forza. I mean, I know you guys gotta, but...
God, like 15 minutes on fucking Forza.
You really got to the point where even they were like, and yep, they're still driving the cars.
They're driving the cars. They're in Mexico.
We're gonna
look at how beautiful Mexico is. Are you excited that Mexico is beautiful? Make no mistake.
We're gonna cut to these players, and we're checking in them again, and they are still driving the cars. Yep. Now they're driving on a dirt road. I'm getting word that they have driven over a small river, and they're driving.
Oh, but there's pinatas now, so that white people will know that they're in Mexico.
God.
You know? So that's cool.
And yes, I'm getting feedback now. Most recent update, driving is happening.
Driving. So, utterly overstayed its welcome.
Yes.
I did
100%.
like the Transformer car, though.
Yeah, the one that did just look like Hot Rod.
Just, like, literally transforms, too. It has, like, fucking fins and shit that fold up and down. We went on, in the stream, an extended conversation. Because, like, we were going crazy after a certain point, because they were still fucking driving. So we just went on an extended discussion of, like, what would a AAA Transformers game look like? And frankly, I think that is way more interesting than whatever the fuck was going on in that Forza trailer.
They didn't even show him, like, driving, like, off a ramp or something. Like, do at least that. Do a flip.
Trick. That's it.
All
right.
Then they ended it. They ended it with Redfall, which looks pretty. Which is the third Left 4 Dead.
It's another Left 4 Dead, but it had, again, no gameplay, and it's by the guys at Arcane, so...
But these ones had superpowers, and it looks pretty cool.
Could be neat, but I mean, like, again, it's another Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't show anything. They didn't show us any gameplay, so I'm like, I mean, it could be cool, but who knows?
The powers they showed off look
neat.
Look neat, yeah.
Conceptually look neat. Arcane has some of the best art design in the business, so at the very fucking least, this Left 4 Dead will look great.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Arcane is good at incorporating powers into your first person shooter. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna feel good to play.
It could be good. It could be good.
But I need to see some gameplay before I'm like totally sold on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Yuri Lowenthal is in there, because of course he is.
Of course he is.
And next, we had Square Enix.
Oh, no! You guys!
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Guardians looks really good.
Okay, let's get this out of the way real fast.
Yeah.
Guardians looks great.
Guardians looks like phenomenal. I'm super excited for Guardians.
Shockingly stoked for it, because this is a rumor that's been floating around for a little while that Square Enix was making a Guardians game, and of course, with the catastrophic failure that was Marvel's Avengers, nobody was excited. Nobody on Earth, myself, nobody was excited. We're like, oh great, another one of these fucking things. It's gonna be a nightmare. So like they show Guardians, and it's like, I don't know. But then they kept showing Guardians. It's like, hey, hold on, this looks good.
Wait a minute. This gameplay looks like good third-person action, and you can do a double jump, and you have a style meter, and
there's a double jump. There's a style meter. You can command your party. So it's literally just Mass Effect meets a Devil May Cry. And
then you get to a cutscene, and it's like pick a dialogue option. And you're like, wait a minute, is this a Mass Effect 2? And it's just, you pick things, and then I think it's really really cool the bit they showed off where it's like, okay, we got to get some quick cash. Why don't we sell one of our teammates to this collector guy,
right?
And then we'll bust him out after we get the money.
Sure.
And it's like, okay, we'll have, you can pick which one you want to sell, and then you can later on, before going in, you can walk back your decision.
Yeah, you can change your mind, and even that'll piss people off too, because it's like, no, we thought we had a plan, and you're walking that back. That's cool.
It's like, oh shit, that's neat.
It looks great. It looks like fun.
All those designs are great.
All of the character designs are really solid. Ratchet.
Rocket.
Thank you. The other furry creature that's gonna be on a PlayStation. Rocket's little goatee is good. Like Gamora's design is like all of the designs are great.
I like that Quill does not look like Chris Pratt at all.
At all. They didn't even... Because, again, one of the big problems with Marvel's Avengers is that, like...
They almost look like the actors.
Yeah, you had, like, a real bad bootleg effect when they look that similar but that different at the same time. It's like, this is like a discount Avengers. But this time they're like, nah, we're not even going to try to make any of these characters look like their movie versions. Fuck it. New designs. Right. Who cares?
The only thing I was slightly disappointed in is that I wish there was at least one non-movie character on the team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like one extra character to make it like we're not just entirely banking on the success of the movies. Sure. We're only mostly banking on the success of the movie.
But we're gonna add somebody else, and we're gonna flush it out that way. But
yeah.
Oh well.
But
otherwise, looks great.
I can't wait for that. That looks stellar.
That being said, it did super overstay its welcome.
It was half the conference. It was 22 minutes of Guardians footage.
And it was like, are we still doing this?
And yeah, it was a lot of new footage, but it's also like, yeah, we do get it. Please tell me you have more to show us. And
the answer is no.
No, we didn't. We don't. That's why. No. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster 1 through 6. I don't know. Are they really selling these individually? I hope not.
It sounds like they are selling these individually, my mans. I know, just a terrible option.
The new sprites do look pretty good.
Sure.
Way better than the iOS garbage that got thrown out recently. I'm excited to play a version of 6 that doesn't fall apart immediately, maybe, hopefully.
No, God willing.
Legend of Mana Remaster looks pretty good.
Sure.
Marvel is adding I Fall Asleep. I went to bed. I just they tucked me in, and I just drifted off into dreams.
Say goodnight, Grimlock. Goodnight, Grimlock, plushie.
Hitman Sniper is something. I don't know. It's something. Nier Reincarnation is still coming out. I forgot about that game.
I forgot about that game too. I'm already asleep.
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is getting updates. First Soldier got shown for like 20 seconds.
Nobody cares. That game's dead on arrival. Super, super dead.
Babylon's Fall asleep.
Ooh, Babylon's Fall into the discount bin. It looks bad, folks.
That's disappointing.
Oh boy, it looks quite bad.
This is the same. There's another game within this conference that just looks like a better Babylon's Fall.
It's really embarrassing.
Tales of Arise has better platinum gameplay than Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, it's quite, and it's even the same idea of like a 4-man team, like action RPG, but like Tales of Arise looks really good.
Yeah,
it's like really pretty and has a lot of like style and design and thought put into it. Babylon's Fall just like really muddy and ugly and bad.
We can just play Elden Ring and Tales of Arise back to back and like cross our eyes, and then we're just getting a better Babylon's Fall experience.
Absolutely. This is also a games as a service game, which
that was a bad thing to say.
Boy,
you should
any even like remote sense where I was like, maybe I'll give this game because it's a platinum game.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe I'll give it a chance. It's a platinum game. I like platinum games.
But
no.
But do you really? I like
Bayonetta.
No one played Automata for its gameplay.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like Automata's gameplay is like serviceable. It functions. It's good.
Like,
it's not great, but I mean, it does its job. You know.
Platinum hasn't been Revengeance and Bayo in a long time.
Oh, I know. Don't
like
say that.
Astral Chain was not good. Everything but Devastation was not good, and even Devastation is not like the highest quality character action game.
There's Wonderful 101.
I mean, that one was pretty good too, but it wasn't like a standard platinum character action game.
And it also was just a remaster of a Wii game.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is
Platinum actually bad, Ben?
They got bad. I think Platinum got bad.
Don't say that. They're still making that, not Gigantor.
Oh, Ultraman?
They're still making the Ultraman game.
They are. Maybe that one will be good.
I want to believe that the Ultraman game will be good.
Bayonetta 3 has to come out soon or it'll be too late.
Bayonetta 3, there is no Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 does not exist. I promise you. It just doesn't exist.
There is no news.
Ethered. There is no news. It got ethered and it's dead forever. I'm sorry.
Life is Strange Remastered is the most useless remaster I've ever seen in remaster history.
Literally no difference. I could not tell a difference between them at all, except that they fucked up the shadows again.
You can do your own remaster of Life is Strange by increasing the contrast on your TV.
That's it.
You just need to turn the color up on your TV and you will have remastered Life is Strange.
We're proud of you. Oh god.
They showed off True Colors and its protagonist with the power of caring about people.
Yeah, that superpower called empathy. Don't care about that at all.
Use your mystic powers of saying, I totally get you, man. I feel that, bro.
Bro, I know exactly what that's like. It's okay, you know? Jeez.
And then, you know what, Sarah? I'm only here to do one thing right now.
Is it kill chaos?
Is
it kill chaos?
I exist only to kill chaos.
I
need to
this
kill
world
chaos.
to kill chaos. That's it. Have you played the demo yet?
I have not played the demo. I do want to play the demo,
either.
but there have been so many other games coming out that I need to play.
It's a huge problem.
But
by all accounts, the demo is extremely good. I do feel very bad for Square Enix because this was a catastrophically bad conference, ending on a game that at first glance looked pretty rough, and you can tell that it was somebody's plan at Square Enix to be like, okay, we're gonna put out this trailer for this PS3 ass edgelord game.
We found the files for this PS3 game,
and we made them look pretty, but it's gonna be okay. People aren't gonna get it until they play it. So we're gonna put this trailer out, and then immediately after the trailer, we're gonna put the demo out, and everybody's gonna get it. And then the demo didn't work.
Demo broke.
Demo broke. Come back later.
I mean, yeah, most people were like, what is this thing? This looks dumb. I was like, sold, day one.
Kino Rolko swag. It looks great.
I am in love with this trio of middle-aged men who are wearing just a fucking t-shirt and jeans and work boots. These three were working on Chaos Man's porch.
Absolutely.
And they got sucked into a portal. And now they need to get back to kill Chaos because they need to get back in time to stain the deck.
It's it before it rains.
Yeah, okay. Like,
oh my God.
they need to go now.
I realized...
If Jack doesn't get back by the weekend, he's gonna miss his son's soccer game, and his ex-wife will not give him custody.
Once I realized that this was an isekai, like, even I was first like, I don't know about this one, Square Enix. And then I realized it was an isekai. Sold. On board.
Sold 100%.
Let's go. Stupidest possible premise you could go with, and I love it.
Like, this dude, from what I've heard of the demo, not only is he just like an angry middle-aged man, he's Doom Guy.
He's the Doomslayer.
He just, like, you can do, like, glory kills, like, where you, like, rip a monster's skull off.
Yes.
Like,
God,
break their jaw open.
Oh, God, yes. I have seen videos of the gameplay. It looks sick as shit.
It does look really sick.
It looks good.
Even just the trailer is like, holy crap, this looks great.
Yeah. It basically, the way it's been described is that it's like Neo, but without kind of like, because Neo is a Souls-like. It's like Souls adjacent, so it's kind of harder. And this is like Neo, but with kind of the more forgiving nature of like a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah,
like that gameplay. It's kind of like those two had a baby, and I think that sounds fucking great. Honestly, like Let's go.
I am very excited for this. And not even just because I saw Nomura's name on it, because he's just doing character design. He's not writing this or anything.
No, it's fine.
And I do like where they're like, I can't believe Nomura did this. These designs are terrible. It's like it's a guy in a t-shirt and jeans. Like, what do you need?
What do you want from him? There's armor in the game, idiot.
Like, what design can he make that would appeal to you? He's done everything. This is just a dude.
It's just some dad. Leave him alone. If he wants to fight Chaos in his fucking Henley and work boots, let him fight Chaos in his fucking Henley and work boots. Don't be an asshole about it.
I'm in love with it. I'm so excited for this.
Looks fantastic.
Did you see the Amano art they got posted?
The one that has like the Warrior of Light and the 3 guys behind it?
Yeah!
Yeah, I know.
That's like, ooh.
I'm very excited. I know, I'm very
giving me a big think about that.
I'm very, I am wholly on board for this fucking shit. Yes, I do think it looks like a PS3. Not PS3 quality, because like when people say this looks like a PS3 game, no it doesn't. You forgot what PS3 games look like. I'm playing a PS3 game right now. You forgot what PS3 games look like. But it definitely does have the wonderful quality of extremely edgy PS3 games.
Yes.
And frankly, I think Square Enix is extremely ballsy for bringing that back.
This doesn't look like a PS3 game. This looks like a PS5 remake of a PS3 game.
God, yes.
And I'm into it.
Absolutely. Sure,
I can't wait.
Fuck.
Stranger Paradise Final, and they gave us Chaos posting. So I mean, like, that's just points all over.
If you gave us dumb Chaos posting, I love that we have fucking Doomslayer in a Final Fantasy game now. Yeah, what else do you want? What else could possibly satisfy you people? This looks great. Shut up.
Just enjoy your game and have fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be great.
The writing is so bad. This trailer had like 3 lines in it.
I don't think people realize. I think people are. Most people are dumb and bad and don't realize that Chaos is like the character's name.
Yeah, like the thing he's trying to kill is a guy.
It's a guy.
That's his name.
It's not like the concept of chaos the way that like Kingdom Hearts is kind of about like the concept of darkness. It's like an actual dude whose name is Chaos.
Yeah.
You know?
That, the big guy with the horns that
he turns
you
into
fight
that.
at the end? That's him. That's Chaos.
He becomes a guy named Chaos, so, spoilers for a 40-year-old game, but,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, God,
right.
I cannot wait for people to be like, what's this dumb time travel thing they put in this game? I hate modern Square Enix.
I got bad news for you. It's always been like this, guys.
You've never played Final Fantasy 1, have you?
You've never played a Final Fantasy 1 in your entire life. There's 800 versions of Final Fantasy 1, and these people have never played it.
They're putting out a new version of Final Fantasy 1 right now. You can pick it up and play it.
Yeah, and then you can understand.
Soon.
Square Enix has literally always been like this. They will always be like this.
I can't believe they put this time travel in their port of Final Fantasy 1. Oh, it's gonna be great. So Stranger Paradise and Guardians of the Galaxy are the only good things they showed at Square Enix. Everything else is garbage.
It was real rough. It was real fucking rough, guys.
Real bad.
It's extremely dire, but at least we got Stranger Paradise, so it's fine.
Who's PC
next?
Gaming Show.
Oh,
I wish
take forever. I don't want to talk about this one.
I wish Naraka Blade Point was a single player game. Dodgeball Academia looks kind of fun. Chivalry, Raw Men is a bad title to name your game.
No.
Dying Light.
I would like to. No, never mind.
Yeah.
This is. We're not that kind of a podcast. Anyways.
Dying Light 2, Humankind went on for way too long.
Oh, extremely cringy putting your lady into your game.
Yeah. They Always Run, great title. Not quite sure about the game yet.
Orcs Must Die, who cares? Vampire the Masquerade looks real. Swan Song looks real bad.
Yeah. Gigabash looks fun.
Yes.
I appreciate them just making a GameCube game again. Let's see. You have the list open too right now?
I have the list open. I'm scanning like Lemniscate, Next Space Rebel. None of this looks good. Ixion, my favorite Kingdom Hearts character, Ixion.
Lakeburg Legacies, don't do that.
No,
don't make your cover a meme.
Please don't do that.
Killing Floor is going to space. Mech Warrior, Silt, Hello Neighbor 2, Jurassic World is back. Super Blood or New Blood as stuff.
Good for them. Solstice looks raw.
Solstice does look really cool
because it looks stupid in my kind of a way because that's just that's a Lady Guts, and I think it's like the soul of her dead sister is like her sidekick or something.
That's cool.
It looks cool. It looks stupid. I might play it. So sure.
Warhammer Pioneer, EVE Online, Lumberhill.
They misspelled Pioneer. Was that intentional?
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I know, but like. Because, like, this game is very Russian. Like, if you haven't seen the trailer for Pioneer or Pioneer...
I think that's just how you anglicize it.
No?
Like, if you directly translate it from, like, the Russian? Polish or Russian. Like, directly. Not, like...
Okay.
Like properly translate. Like if you just take the characters and directly port it over, you get Pioneer instead.
Okay. All right.
I don't know though.
None of this. I'm just going through this list.
Yeah.
Chernobylite. Somebody recommended that to me on Twitter, and I thought it looked neat. It's like it's like a stalker game, but I think a little bit more horror oriented.
You have like, and there's like base building in it too.
Death Trash is a game that everybody's talking about right now, and I actually think it looks pretty cool.
Death Trash does look pretty cool.
Yeah. Citizen Sleeper, that's that game that, like, we have no idea what the fuck it is. Like, still. It has great art, it has amazing character art, but, like, I don't know what you do in this game.
Yeah.
And, like, because...
Like, I'm pulling up the trailer now, I'm just, like, watching the trailer, like, I don't... Okay, the thing about this that's...
game?
The thing about this that's really weird is that its character art and its HUD are so incongruous.
Oh, absolutely. Two completely different games. It's very odd.
It's like, I want it... Yeah, you're doing ship repair and, like...
management stuff.
Yeah, but, like, also having to, like, keep the crewmates happy and, like, make decisions for them. I don't know.
I was interested just because I think the character designs, in general, look really good. Like,
they do.
The art style is really, really solid, and the character designs are all really good. I just don't know what this game is. I need to find a press release and figure out what the fuck it is before I can get more interested. Because, like... I'm like, what is the, like, I don't even know how this game plays. Is it like a just like clicking on menus and shit?
I mean, that's what it looks like from the trailer. It's just like, you're just clicking on stuff and dragging shapes into other shapes to, like, make sure the circuits work.
Very bizarre. Okay. And then last but not least is Gloomwood. Gloomwood's good. There's a demo for Gloomwood. You should play it. It's great. So.
And then we move on to Capcom.
This actually what I thought Square Enix was going to be the worst because, like,
this is
Square
the
Enix
worst.
was pretty bad, but this was the worst. This is the worst it's ever been.
This is not even Gearbox was this bad because I didn't have any expectations for Gearbox.
Sure, and Gearbox still showed, like, some new shit, right? Like, Capcom didn't show anything.
This was the 80s Fantastic Four of E3. This was shit. We need to hold our space.
Yep.
What do we got? Stuff we already announced.
We promise we're working on Resident Evil 8 DLC. Do you have anything to show for it? No, we promise.
We didn't even get a title card. We didn't even get, like,
concept art.
We didn't even get like a splash screen of, like, oh, here's Ada or here's Chris. Like,
Nothing.
because, obviously we're going to play as a different character in the DLC. Like,
Sure, of
that's
course.
just what it's going to be.
how
It's
it
going to
goes.
be, Operation Ada, like in RE4, or, whatever. Chris Adventures.
Nothing. Literally nothing. Just we promise we're working on it. That's it.
Yep.
Ugh.
A lot of Monster Hunter stories, too. Which bled right into Monster Hunter Rise.
It all just kind of runs together.
And then they showed us a long look at a game that already came out.
And, like, I'm excited for the Great Ace Attorney. Like,
Me
lot.
too!
Like, a lot. But that being said, boy.
But I know what an Ace Attorney game is.
I know what an Ace Attorney game looks like. Like, I am excited, or intrigued, I should say, by the notion of an actual jury in an Ace Attorney game. Sure, sounds cool. But boy, you didn't... It's fine. We know what an Ace Attorney game is.
I have played, like, 7
All
of them already. I know
Multiple
how
times.
they play.
Yeah.
You already sold me on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was excited to see it because I liked it. I like seeing character that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, it's the thing. The judge is there. Yay. But you gotta give me something. You have to do something.
It was really dire. It was very bad.
This was abysmally bad.
And they didn't even... Like, I know 2020 fucked up everything. I know 2020 fucked up everything.
But
like, not even a little bit of pragmata? Not even like another sizzle trailer? Nothing? 15 minutes of Street Fighter esports?
Not even a Street Fighter update?
Just esports. Just talking about
esports.
how cool the Capcom Cup is.
Not even... Did they even really, like, announce a new tournament?
No.
Or did they just talk about...
How cool it is.
We're doing more esports eventually.
That's it. Yeah, no, they didn't even have, like, a new character or, even some fucking skins. Nothing. Bad.
Very bad.
F-. Go home. See me after class.
And we already technically did see Monster Hunter Stories earlier in E3.
Yeah.
You didn't show anything we didn't already know about.
Yeah, there's nothing new at all in this entire trial. Like, again, I know 2020 was hard, but, you gotta give me something more. Please. It is bad. It is very bad. Quite bad. So.
And then, so after that... And so, I think it is funny that... so you weren't available to stream all of E3. I took some time off to do, to stream a bunch of conferences and whatnot, but you weren't there.
No.
You were there for Capcom. We did get to watch Capcom together.
Yes.
And then I had a hiccup with my connection. And
deleted the stream.
And lost the stream and the recording.
It's incredible.
Which I was like, oh, dang it. I don't like losing content. And then it really annoys me if, something gets deleted or if something didn't save right or, there's an audio corruption or whatever. It really bums me out. And there's a lot of stuff I still think about, like, God damn it, I wish I had not lost that footage.
Sure, absolutely.
I was like, oh well, it was Capcom, whatever.
It's fine. Who cares?
Literally, we didn't even have like a good bit, like a good back and forth between us.
Oh no, it was just us just constantly going like, is this it? Is this all they've got? Oh
okay,
no.
It's like, okay, well, we didn't actually lose anything of value. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So, like, we've had a lot to talk about, and
so we were last day we're like, all right, this sucked. This was bad.
It was not great.
There were a few golden things,
sure,
but like they weren't even like necessarily mind blowing.
No,
they weren't DMC5. They weren't the reveal of Insomniac Spider-Man.
Sure. It's not Final Fantasy VII remake,
right?
But tier.
They were cool. But if this were like any other E3, it would be like, oh, that was a neat thing they showed. I liked when they showed that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, come on, you guys got to give us. We got it, Nintendo. You are literally our only hope. What do you got for us? And then Kazuya threw Ganondorf off into a volcano.
And then they kept doing the bit.
And I wish they had kept doing the bit for almost 80 characters now. If
dragging fucking Bowser in by his tail.
If the entire Nintendo Direct were 25 minutes of Kazuya one by one throwing every Smash fighter into the volcano, it still would have been the best conference in E3.
It would have been the best ever. And from there, you know what? It was all uphill from there.
It got better. It got better.
Oh my god.
We saw a bit more Guardians footage. Worms is back. It's getting a Switch release. Astria Ascending looks cool.
Astria Ascending looks cool, but you know what? I don't care about any of this. Nobody cares about any of this. You know what everybody cares about?
I'm building there. Let me get this out of the way so that I can say I talked about it, then we can get to it. Okay?
Fine.
I'm excited to play Monkey Ball again. Mario Party, they did the thing I wanted them to do for Mario Party for years.
I will say, they did do the correct thing with Mario Party Superstar. Yeah. They finally did. They went, what if we just took all the old fucking boards and put them into one game?
The only problem I have with this, because for one thing, it's cool because it's like, you can pick from a bunch of extra characters that weren't in the old Mario Parties. You know,
sure.
That's cool. I wish they had kept the Mario Party 2 thing where you get costumes on the boards.
Sure. Okay.
That would have been cool. But other than that, here's just a million of the old games that you liked. Here's all the old boards, whatever. Cool. Good. Awesome. I'm going to buy it because I like that.
That's literally it. That's literally all anybody has really wanted from a Mario Party game forever.
Yep.
And then
they were like, hey, I know we said we're working on Metroid Prime 4. We're still working on it. We don't have anything to show. And then they were like... They went, we don't have anything to show for Metroid Prime 4, but we're working on it. Then they kind of let you sit there. They're like, so in the meantime, what we've been doing is we've been working on another Metroid.
Oh my god.
And then they put a big 5 on the screen.
And the entire world went collectively insane. Are you kidding me?
And just so yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is things are running slowly. So to tide you over, we're making the first actual proper sequel to Metroid since Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago.
You know, just to hold you guys over until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. You can cancel 4.
It's fine. We don't actually need it anymore. You actually made Metroid Dread real. Metroid Dread is a meme, okay? Metroid Dread is the same as, like, Half-Life 3
Metroid Dread
Ghost.
Metroid Dread has been on every single VE3 leak.
Yeah, fake VE3 leak. Yeah,
right there alongside open world MMO Pokemon game.
Absolutely.
Like those
Ocarina of Time HD remake.
Like every time you see a list and you're like, new Metroid game, oh, it's fake.
Yeah. Except for one time it wasn't. Fuck you. Not this time, bitches.
And then you're like, oh, okay, so it's gonna be a Metroid game. What's gonna be the gimmick? What's gonna be the weird thing that'll make it not like a real Metroid sequel, like, you know, Other M had? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, no, it's 2D gameplay. Here's the gameplay. It's 2D. You jump and you climb the walls and you morph ball, and you go and collect your power-ups, and it's just a big map that you go around and you open the doors by unlocking new powers.
It's a Metroid. It's a Metroid game.
We just made a Metroid game, and I'm still like, no, but what's the thing?
But what's the hook?
What are you jamming into the game that'll make it be bad?
They're like, well, we gave Samus a charge shot.
What? No, you're not listening to me. What part of the game is gonna be bad that's gonna make us wish you had just made a regular Metroid game?
well, we have these like these Federation robots that are like chasing you, and you have to defeat them with that charge shot that we just told you about.
No, you're not listening. That sounds good. What's the bad part of the game?
We didn't really plan for bad. I guess you might not like Samus's suit.
No, the color scheme on her suit is really, really cool. You're disappointing me by not fucking this up somehow.
The balls it takes to not just go, because like they open the trailer with the 5, they're like Metroid 5, and you're like, what the fuck? And then they go a little bit further and they're like Metroid Dread, and you're like, what the fuck?
You can't just make it real.
You can't just call your game Metroid Dread. Are you fucking me right now? Yeah, it looks raw. It looks great.
looks. I'm so excited for it. I have a friend who is a huge Metroid fan, so you can imagine how the past 20 years have been for him. Samus is a Smash Brothers character now.
Samus is a Smash Brothers character. That's it. Sorry.
So yeah, in our friend Discord, we were immediately like, hey, check it out! Look what they're doing.
How you doing, buddy? How you feeling?
You holding on pretty good. Do you remember the Penny Arcade comic? Where it was like after Microsoft finally did something good, and it's like these guys at the office, and they're like, hey, Microsoft friend, like, how you doing? Because they're talking about like how he used to have a Zune and like all these other
yeah.
Microsoft failed projects, and they're like, hey man, you holding up okay? That they actually got one right?
That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
Yeah, they did it. They did the thing that everybody's been asking for, like the SpongeBob joke.
That's what we've been waiting for!
That's it!
And then they're like, yeah, so it's still in development. Metroid 4 is still in development. We'll get to that in a bit. I guess in the meantime you can have this Metroid sequel.
Actual numbered sort of Metroid sequel.
Moving the timeline forward Metroid sequel.
And oh yeah, by the way, it's out this year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure, okay.
Sure. I mean, I guess if you want to do that, that's fine.
I guess if you just want to put the fucking game out this fucking year, why not? Sure. Great. Fantastic. Oh my God.
That just feels like, hey, do you want this game? Yeah, when's it out? A month.
Now. Huh?
And you know what? The rest of the show was not that bad.
You know what? They kept things coming.
We saw more Super Rush. I cannot wait for Golf Without Limits.
Speed golf. New WarioWare. WarioWare looks great.
New WarioWare looks like a ton of fun.
I always liked WarioWare.
I really like their thing where it's like you pick your character and they have different ways of solving the mini game.
Yes, that's cute.
That's gonna be and you do like simultaneous multiplayer with different characters. It's fun. Shin Megami Tensei 5?
Megaten 5, aka Gender Envy, the game. Literally everybody I know is like, I don't know what my gender is, but I know I want it to be what the fuck is going on with the Megaten 5 protagonist. Guy,
am I a man?
Doesn't matter.
Am I a man, a woman, non-binary? It doesn't matter. Everyone is attracted to me.
That's it. That's what everybody wants. Yeah, cool. Looks
great.
Looks fantastic. All of we're finally getting new fucking Kaneko models after 1 billion years. Everything looks good. Yeah. They just did the thing I wanted them to do. Is it so hard?
What do you mean? You're just putting out the game we wanted without any strings. What?
It doesn't look bad. It just looks like a video game that I've been wanting. Okay.
Nintendo is the conference for putting a big 5 on the thing we wanted.
That's it.
Shin Metroid Tensei 5 Dread. We obviously saw more Mario and Rabbids, but there's a bunch of other stuff. Fatal Frame is wait, is that a remake or a new Fatal Frame?
You know, I think it's a new one. I think it's a new one. I'm not sure. But I haven't even played the first Fatal Frame, so if it is a remake, cool.
Yeah.
If it's a new one, cool. So like, it's fine. I like Fatal Frame.
Advance Wars 1 and 2?
Sure. Advance
Wars.
I'll
play. I people like Advance Wars. They're probably very happy about that. And then Hyrule Warriors got some DLC stuff. They're giving Zelda the motorcycle.
Yeah,
cool.
Oh boy, like they showed Metroid, and I was like, please don't end your conference on Hyrule Warriors DLC. Please don't do this to me.
Don't do it. And they're like, here's Skyward Sword. And you're like, okay, yeah, we do get it. It is Skyward. Yes, of course you're going to show it. Here's the Game & Watch Legend of Zelda. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it is kind of cool to be able to just take 1, 2, and Link's Awakening just on the go. If it's cheap, I might pick it up because I do want to play Link's Awakening, like regular Link's Awakening again. Come on, guys, just
not like
show.
This. Not like this.
You showed us a Kazuya, and you showed us a new Metroid, and you showed us Shin Megami Tensei 5. You just need one more thing to bring it home. And they're like, here's Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Link and Nero are now the same character.
It's fine. We're all excited for Link to pull his devil trigger, you know?
They're gonna.
That's all I want.
If they find a way to incorporate the hookshot into his demon arm, then he is just Nero.
If they find a way to incorporate the hookshot into the demon arm, it becomes the best Zelda game by default.
Looks like. How can we make the map in Breath of the Wild even bigger? How do we do that? We're literally out of space. And then someone just... You know that meme of the guy in the glasses like, look into the sky?
Yeah.
They're like, what if we went up?
All I can think of is that jokey joke piece of concept art for BioShock Infinite. It's like, it shows a city underwater and it says bad, and it shows a city in like some clouds and it says good. That's it.
Oh god.
It looks great. I hope that this means that like it kind of looks like the sky sections are like actual dungeons.
That's what I'm thinking.
God, please.
I'm thinking, because it is kind of arbitrary to put out a Skyward Sword HD thing. Mm-hmm. I think their thinking was like, what if we made Skyward Sword good again?
Yeah.
What if we took the things we liked about it? Because, Breath of the Wild is a lot of, hey, remember that thing we liked in the old Zelda? What if we put it in this one, too?
Yeah, and the only thing that Breath of the Wild is really missing that always made it kind of hollow to me is the lack of true dungeons. Like, the shrines are not the same thing to me. Like, I think a real dungeon is better than a shrine.
And these are a good way to incorporate dungeons without getting rid of the idea of, being able to literally just climb on the walls and go wherever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because, if you're going to do dungeons, then you have to be like, you have to gate off the entrance in some way. Yeah. And that gets rid of the appeal of literally being able to climb on anything.
Right.
So you just have to blast off into the dungeon now.
Yeah, and you have to, they pull the dungeons down from the sky. You can still have normal kind of Hyrule stuff going on the ground. It's perfect. It's literally the ideal compromise. And then you get you get more flying shit. Hopefully you get a hook shot because of the fact that you're gonna have a lot of ground to air and back again navigation. You're gonna need a way to quickly get into the air. Mm-hmm. So obviously a hook shot is the easiest answer. Of course. So I just everything I have seen for this game so far is just everything I have been wanting. God, yes, let's go.
It's what we wanted from a Breath of the Wild 2. Just take the things that were good about it and do more of it.
They said that it does have an actual subtitle. It's not called Breath of the Wild 2. But they said that they're not announcing the subtitle yet because it would spoil some key element to the game. So it kind of sounds like they want to show off that big key element on its own.
Right. They're probably going to do like a Zelda Direct or something soonish.
We'll see, because it's not, again, we're not getting the game until 2022.
Right. Yeah, it's still a ways off.
It's still a ways off. So again, the cool thing is these days we can look forward to the Game Awards like as a thing to use as like as a announcement vehicle. And that's kind of like the other, we get one halfway through the year in June, and then we get the Game Awards at the end of the year. So you get a big thing twice a year, which is nice. And we also get
TGS showing off stuff too.
Yeah, but Nintendo never really does a lot for TGS because they don't actually show at TGS. They don't have a booth on the floor at TGS. But they usually do a direct at the same time as TGS. And they never really seem to do a lot for TGS. That's more like a Square Enix and Capcom place to do things.
But they definitely do show up at the Game Awards like a lot. That's where Joker premiered.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we'll see something there.
And Sephiroth. So what this means is the final Smash character will blow our pants off.
Oh, that's true.
Because of the pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. Final Smash character will probably be at the Game Awards.
And we are just going to lose it. Whoever it is. Dante.
Go insane. It's not
gonna Dante or Lloyd.
Or the Doomslayer.
One of them.
That's what I'm increasingly wanting the Doomslayer just because I think in terms of, as much as I love Dante and Lloyd, of course, but like at this point, it's more fun for like the madness. You know what I mean? Like, yes, the craziest option is Doomslayer, right? Like the most batshit option is to have the Doomslayer kick down a door and BFG Division starts playing. Like, it is at max volume.
It is funny because it's like, I'm like, every time I'm like, I've never been able to call a Smash character.
Oh, never.
Reveal. Like, I can run down the list of like likely candidates, and like every single time the one that gets revealed was nowhere near my list.
Nobody thought Kazuya was gonna get in.
Right? No one.
Kazuya Mishima from Tekken? Okay. But I'm glad they did, because I love that bit. Honestly, I wish they had the best way they could have ended the direct was to have just him pushing more care. Like, do the whole direct. They should have. And then just like have it end with him like pushing more characters off the cliff. You know what I mean?
What they should have done is they should have shown him like pushing off more characters, and then he like stops and he turns around, he like wipes the sweat from his forehead, and he looks over and the camera pans and it just shows everyone else unconscious in a field.
It's like, I got a lot more work to do.
Yeah. That's how it should have gone.
God, please. But otherwise, thank God we had because like, boy, before Nintendo, I was worried about this episode. I was extremely worried about this episode.
E3 is usually, one of our big things where it's like, oh God, I gotta compress all this into one episode.
Right.
This was not a problem for this one.
This is a sub 3 hour episode about E3, which is,
2020 fucked a lot of people over.
And I do get that. I do. I'm not trying to be as hard as I usually am.
It is understandable. But come on, guys.
A little bit more, like even the slightest bit more effort would have been nice.
If you're, if you don't have anything to show, then make it up.
Yeah, just make it up. Put out a fucking piece of concept art, Capcom. I'm looking at you.
I would have taken a CG trailer for Resident Evil 8
DLC.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
Oh well, it's fine because you know what? Nintendo saved the day. I was a little iffy about this direct because I was just like, I don't know how much they're even gonna have, and people were telling temper your expectations.
Yeah, what the fuck, Nintendo? What the What do you mean?
Temper your expectations. You showed a new Metroid game.
We're only showing a brand new Metroid, never revealed Metroid game. Temper your expectations, people.
Okay. Oh my god.
Whatever, it's just Breath of the Wild 2.
It's just more. It's actual Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay. And fucking a new Metroid game again. You know, it's fine. So.
If they had shown like an F-Zero and a Bayonetta, like. This would have been like this is already one of their best E3s.
Sure, and that would have skyrocketed it, but no. Bayonetta 3 doesn't exist. Still, overall, it's not a great E3. I get it. Again, 2020 it was hard on everybody. But
it's always fun though. It is always fun.
It is always
watch
fun.
E3.
I never want it to go away. We always say E3 is dying, and it always comes back. So hopefully we'll be back again next year with another E3. Maybe we'll actually be able to talk about Starfield finally. Maybe
we'll finally get some kind of real gameplay about Starfield.
But if not, hey, the Game Awards is the end of the year. We'll definitely do a stream for that, so it's fine.
We'll see which Muppet shows up at that one.
Oh God! Please just have the Muppets host.
Yeah.
Can I start petitioning Jeff Keighley for that right now? Like, just have the Muppets host the Game Awards.
I do. Speaking of it, I love that one bit where someone was on Twitter was like, just once I want Jeff Keighley to go, well, that sucked, and chugs a 40.
And then he immediately did after Capcom.
Yeah, at one point he was like, well, that was disappointing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's so good. Yeah, because I think because like the Summer Games Fest is not actually like a part of E3. Like it's not in association with the ESA.
Right. It was like a pre-show thing that he did at the same time.
Yeah, and so I know that he is pretty cheesed off at the ESA. Like I think they fucked with like his slot at E3 or like his presence at E3, which is kind of also why the Game Awards exists, because he's like, fuck it, I'll just do it myself with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, with blackjack and Muppets.
And communists that one year.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So like, it's fine. Good for him.
If we all ask hard enough and frequently enough, Jeff Keighley will host the Game Awards with Kermit by his side.
Right? Like, they have to. Please?
Like,
please?
If we get this started now, we can get Miss Piggy hitting on Jeff Keighley.
I believe in us.
We can make our dreams come true.
You don't have to live in a world of fantasy. You actually can take your destiny into your hands and have Beaker announce the game of the year.
Oh my god. That would be the best bit in the world.
I know.
He announces it and like no one says anything, and then just like everyone is just still in their chairs. Oh, that would be amazing.
I know, I'm so smart. Oh god.
I would love to see the camera pan over to a bunch of like all the nominees being confused.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, God.
I want a rendition of every song nominated for Best Original Song, done by Animal. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see?
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem are the orchestra for the Game Awards.
Exactly. Jeff Keighley, call me. I will do this consulting shit for free. You don't even have to pay me. I will schedule your whole show.
Everyone who listens to this podcast, if you are listening to this, please
at Jeff Keighley.
We ask for donations on Patreon. We ask for your support. Forget that. We would much rather you at Jeff Keighley and ask him to bring the Muppets into the Game Awards.
Win Muppet Game Award. That's it.
All like the entire Game Awards has Muppets. Please Please.
Every category is just Muppets. Please.
Yes. There are enough Muppets to host every single category. We can do this.
God. Okay. We've officially lost the thread of this episode.
We have.
So we should wrap it up.
We should. That's it, though. Everything else I either didn't watch or didn't care about.
Didn't care.
Yeah. So, thank you to Broke Free for use of background music. You can follow me on Twitter at thegorgepodcast. You can follow Sara at radioinactivity. You can email me at us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to Sara talk for hours and hours about other things, you listen to our other podcasts.
Hey, I have another podcast called Big Gay Nerds, where me and a bunch of cool queer friends get together and we play tabletop games. We always try out lots of different systems. It's a ton of fun. We're kind of in a limbo. We're like on a small hiatus right now as we figure out which game is next. So I think we're on like a week-long break. But when we come back, we're either playing Masks, the superhero game,
Yay!
Beam Saber, the mech game, or we're playing a new game called Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Oh!
Which is pretty self-explanatory.
That's pretty on the nose for the Big Gay Nerds.
I think so too. So it's one of those three games. I don't know which one yet. I guess you'll just have to go to Big Gay Nerds on SoundCloud to find out. Anything
could be in the mystery box, including a boat. You know how much I've always wanted one of those.
You don't need a boat. You don't want a boat. That's too much maintenance. And besides, your water up there gets too cold. You don't want a boat.
All right. That'll do it for us.
Fuck Randy Pitchford.
Honestly.
I mean, he's so slimy. It's just like, man, they really let him get back up on like stage after being like categorically proven to be a huge sleazeball. They still put that man on stream. Like, gross. If I could go the rest of my life without seeing Randy Pitchford, I would be happy.
You're gonna have the audacity to try to follow Devolver Digital. Really? Yeah. The Borderlands guy?
That's all you're good for, is the Borderlands guy and lying about aliens, colonial marines. Like, that's it. Go away.
It was Randy who was like, I paid my employees fairly, and they went, no you didn't, and he goes, well, I like to believe I did.
That was
also... Was that Cliff?
No, Randy is the one who stole people's bonuses.
Okay,
yes. That's why you're getting those mixed up. Randy's the one who stole everybody's Borderlands 3 bonuses after Borderlands 3 was a huge hit. Like, a bunch of Gearbox employees didn't get their fucking like their sales bonuses, but Randy got like a huge raise. So that's where the wires are getting crossed. So Randy is still a huge piece of shit.
Obviously. But again, it's hard to keep their atrocities separate.
I know, because they're basically the same person. I completely understand. Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.